y'all doing up in here? What's good? What's good in the hoodie? Because the hoodie is good and the good.
And we're done.
Listen, I'm trying to add some.
You can click out now.
I'm trying to add some pajazz. Okay, to the shop.
No.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Sleepy Idol, a little bar on 34th and Crenshaw where you can sit back, relax, have a little drink, and talk K-pop with your friends. How's everyone doing this very lovely evening or morning, depending where you are? Jazz, let's start with you, per usual. How was your week?
I got into P1. Well, I already got into P1 Harmony before, but then I really like one song that they have and it's always stuck in my head. Like this morning, I woke up just with it playing in my head, and it's called Back Down. I think it was their last comeback. But apparently, you sent me another video, which I still have to watch. But they sounded good from the parts that I saw of them singing "Needy," and honestly, they're very good. Their vocalists are good. I think their rappers are good. And Kehoe, who's a vocalist, he's very funny too. So
that's what I need to get into.
That's been my week.
I think
I've just been listening to that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna steal that from you because it's really weird because I feel like it's a very grassroots approach, I guess, because I found that I wasn't even on like a K-pop vibe at all. I was just looking for, I really like that song by Ariana Grande. And although it's a very stripped down song, I was like, oh, this would sound really pretty acoustic. So I typed in Needy acoustic, even though that wasn't an acoustic cover either. So I don't even know how that got into my the results. But like I typed that in and that popped up and I was like, okay, let's see. Like that's such a very specific song because it's like a, deeper cut of hers to like want to cover. And those boys can sing. And like honestly, there's a lot of different reasons. Like I'm not gonna pretend that I'm just a talent stan. Like there's 100 different reasons why I stan a bunch of different people, K-pop or otherwise. But that was the first time where I was like, I need to find more of this. Not the first time, but that was one of the times I was like, I need to find more of this because these guys can sing. But I think to be a true stan, I have to get on what like you did and see like clips of them being funny and stuff. Because that's what I feel like I'm lacking with a lot of the new gen groups too. I'll find like really good songs, but I won't stan them to the ferocity of like how I stan like EXO or like BTS because like you have to be funny. I feel bad.
That's why I just go on YouTube Shorts and like sometimes they'll just be like, here's a compilation of just funny moments from K-pop members or whatever, and it'll just be random groups, and that's the only reason I kept seeing Kehoe, and I was like, oh, he's pretty funny. What group is that? And so then I was like, oh, let me like listen to some of their songs. I only listened to like 2 of them.
That's crazy though that like he's such a good singer, and yet the thing that people are pushing is that he's so funny and like I mean
that's true.
That's what you need.
Well, he's got a dual personality. He's got 2 things that he can use.
Love that for him. Well, they're in contention, I guess, for the podcast nephews if things go well,
Yes, definitely.
Like better than any day song you can win, any award you can win. Are you the podcast niece or nephew? Think about it.
And they'll be like the first one because I feel like we don't have nephews.
That's true.
Because we always lack.
You're the director of the nephew department as the boy group stands.
I only have so much power, and we always talk about girl groups.
As we should.
I told myself like this year I'm gonna try and push more boy groups because we were slacking last year. It's actually very sad. So I will be in charge of that. You're right. I'll do better.
I was gonna say
that was my first mission. My second mission is I also heard an older song from NCT Dream called Something First, My First. I think it was Goodbye, My First.
Was that?
And it was off of the Boom album.
That's very early, right?
What? Boom?
Yeah.
No, Boom was the only album that Mark's not on.
Oh. I swear they had some song called My First something really early on.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, so I love My First and Last. That's old. That was like their second comeback. I love that song. So when I saw that, I was like, ooh, I wonder if it's connected. It's not. Oh, I don't know. It might be. But the song is really good. Like it's so nice. So people should listen to that. Just listen to NCT Dream. They're actually like very popular.
uh,
It's crazy. Like they're like the only boy group that I see consistently on like Melon.
that's so funny
Just up there.
because I didn't want to be negative because y'all know, positivity. I don't like saying shady things. Okay, I don't like saying negative things. But y'all see that they were eating NCT up for winning that day song at the SMAs.
From last year?
No, this
I
year.
feel like they're yeah, from music of last year
Oh
though,
yeah,
right? Okay.
I said, and citizens are coming for your boys.
I feel like they're always mad at them. Weren't they mad at them the other time too that they won something? Sometime last year? It was like one of
Probably.
the first award shows and they won like best artist or I don't even know.
I
For
think they
Glitch
did.
Mode.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah, because they did have popular music this year. I guess people are just like, okay, it wasn't that popular.
I think it's because everyone's just girl group hungry and they just think that girl groups deserve the world, which they do, but so do boy groups. Let NCT Dream shine. Like they need that, you know. They're trying and
That's true. It's
they're
really
succeeding.
I don't know though, because the Seoul Music Awards, that's not the KMAs. The KMAs is the one that everyone thinks is really prestigious because idols barely ever win. But the Seoul Music Awards, I'm like, guys, I'm getting old. What is that?
Yeah, I don't know what that
Like,
is.
I don't
But I
know.
know that Got the Beat. I think they were there. They
Oh,
performed there. I
yeah.
was like, this is okay. Whatever.
Well, listen, guys.
Interesting.
You can't live with them. You can't live without them. I don't know if I'm talking about NCT, Daesung,
Yeah.
the SMAs. But hello, everyone. I'm gonna go through the guest list because this is actually I don't know if y'all know this is a VIP invite only bar. Like we're kind of prestigious. So let's see. We got a new face, Shiropi. Hi, welcome to the bar. Tao came in a bit early with the super early squad. That was like 2 hours before the bar even opened. So we have ASDF. What's up, Andre? What is up, Best Mod? Best Mod. Leanne. Danny, not Danny being here.
Oh, I told him. Is he there? Was he there?
the
Oh, that's so funny. I forgot about that.
See, the thing is, I'm kind of mad because we tried to soft launch and then hard launch him, but then he faked sickness. No, just kidding.
Oh, dang.
He faked being sick.
Come for
and we
him.
had to push it back. So I
like how you're supporting us and you're just like, everyone attack him, please.
I'm like, mods, actually ban him immediately. I'm like, hi, ban him. But a Daisy, what's up? And hello, Jordy, what's up? Hello, everyone. Royally Princess, dang, I'll be up here and prompt when the doors open. But yes, welcome again to Sleepy Idol. We have a very fun show for you guys tonight. We already talked about NCT and the SMA thing. Because we don't officially have this on the docket, I did want to ask if you wanted to talk about one alleged podcast niece going to one alleged governor's ball, apparently.
Oh, yes, Espa. Espa's going to the governor's ball. Ask me if I knew what the governor's ball was before they got invited to the governor's ball. I did not. So, but they were there, and it's funny because I am from the East Coast, and apparently it's been a thing for a while. And I thought the governor's ball meant they were singing for the governor. They are not. They are. It is a concert. Just like a smaller, not as big Coachella, I guess, type thing. But there's going to be a lot of big names. I can't remember. Put the picture. Like Lizzo is going to be there. Little Uzi Vert, Diplo, Little Baby, I never know how to say her name. Rina Sawayama, which I like her. She's going to be there. Kendrick Lamar, Lil Nas X. So there's like some big names that are going to be there. So it's like really cool that they're going to be on like performing there. So I think it's a good thing for them.
Yeah, what I thought was super impressive is that if you look up the lineup, like often with those type of festivals, when they have the lineup, they'll have like who's headlining for the day. And then like as the list of that day gets smaller, it's like, no shade, but the biggest, like most relevant people to the least relevant. And for the day that Espa's performing, they're on the second line.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, okay.
Good for them.
Music festival, but So Blackpink better watch their back. No, just kidding. But
Oh gosh.
no, that's really impressive. I think that's like a cool like opportunity. I know everyone's always just like, oh, everyone's forcing this. Like SM always gets accused of like forcing everything when it comes to like bringing people in America. But I think it's a cool
Yeah.
opportunity. I mean, what is a festival at like then like a chance to get discovered, like that's why they have like the smaller acts, because it gives them a chance to be, not that S was like small, but and they have fans obviously, but it gives them a chance to be found out by other people. And isn't that the whole point of marketing a group? Like, y'all are
Yeah.
always complaining that your groups aren't being promoted, and then when somebody's trying to promote people, then you guys get mad. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's very, very cool. But yeah, um yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. The thing is, I didn't the governor's ball. I know of it, but like at first, yeah, it took me a second to be like, what's that? But then I kind of, yeah. Oh wait, Andre says also, did we talk about Jungkook being nominated for an iHeartRadio Music Award and people being shady towards Tiffany even though she won one first?
Wait, she won one? Also,
What is Jungkook
I
nominated for?
iHeartRadio Music Awards. I don't know why I thought that was like at the end of the year. Like the actual year, like in December or something.
I didn't know they had an award show, so I feel like you're doing better than me.
I think it used to come on like CW. The CW.
The CW.
I feel like that's what they used to play on. But maybe I'm thinking maybe I'm confusing it with don't they have a Christmas concert, don't they?
Oh yeah, 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 they do
iHeartRadio?
that.
I think I
The
might be
jingle
confusing it.
bell, jingle ball, jingle something,
Yeah, that sounds right.
jingle jangle. Yeah. But what if
Jingle jangle.
Because Tiffany won for, because I know she had, as soon as I don't want to say disbanded, but when the first like set of members left SM, she had some solo music, because I feel like she went right to the US and started like promoting and doing stuff there. So was that what she
Yeah.
was nominated for? Yeah, I don't understand what's the point of being shady in that regard. Like, what are you
Yeah.
being shady about? Two people, I mean, no shade, but she won hers. This is just a nomination. We don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah.
So maybe bite the tongue on the shadosity a bit. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it seems here that Blackpink, I'm reading from Pink Villa, guys. I don't know if that's a good source. No shade to the source, but I think I remember somebody saying it was a shady source. Okay, let me use Soompi. Soompi Shaw, I love her. That's my favorite site. But yeah, Blackpink and BTS have both been nominated. Blackpink's in the running for 4 different awards, including Best Duo / Group of the Year, as well as 3 socially voted awards. Favorite use of a sample?
Huh?
I gotta go.
Wait, what? That's like that's a award? And what sample?
Does Shutdown have a sample?
I know that what's it called? Pink Venom has that one part that sounds like that Rihanna song.
Which Rihanna song?
I would have to remember how Pink Venom went. 'Cause
It's
now I
that
don't
pink
remember.
venom. It's that pink venom.
Not that part, but like Lisa's part sounds like a
Oh, the one by
song.
one, even 2 by 2.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go.
That. I want to see what the other nominees are before I speak, because if I speak, they're gonna take away my Blink card again. Okay, I can't live without it.
Did they ever give it back?
They didn't. All right, I had to make a fake copy. Expose me. All right, so yeah, they are nominated for that, and then BTS. Wait, this is a lot of words. Okay.
Yeah, look, what is this? Who edited?
Oh, okay. Best music video, Left and Right by Charlie Puth and BTS's Jungkook, as well as Yet to Come by BTS. So it's a best. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that just seems like a petty thing to be like trying to be shady about.
Oh, wait. So it sampled 50 Cent song?
What in the club?
It did 50 Cent, Rihanna, and somebody else. I forgot what it listed.
Dang, that's a lot of samples. Best use of samples, plural. Okay, Pond of Replay. Okay, yeah, thank you for that, Lami. Also, welcome to the bar. Okay, look at Andre was telling us the tea already. He got nominated for that, Charlie Puth, and there's like he's the first Korean to be nominated, even though Tiffany one her well, then that's just wrong. Like they're just incorrect.
That's messy.
Yeah. I feel like that's a mess.
For no reason.
Yeah. It's like,
They
okay.
could just say he's the first male
Yeah,
Korean.
exactly.
And just call it a day.
You know what? The truth is I'm tired. And this is not even the start of it. Like I feel like we have a lot more to talk about in terms of shady and pettiness. So I think it's about time we jump into it. Starting with our first story of the day. So we're gonna start with actually a follow-up. So last week we had talked about how one Ravi from one VIX. I hate to say it. I hate to do it, but he might be going to jail. Um, so basically, last week we talked about how Ravi from VIX has been accused, is under investigation for allegedly using a broker to fake his medical record in order to be able to essentially get exempt from active duty in the military. So we did go over this last week, but just for people who weren't there, I want to catch him up. So yeah, he basically was accused of using a fake medical diagnosis to evade active military. And so this all started when a broker was recently arrested. And so this broker basically would connect his or her, their clients with a neurologist that would issue them fake epilepsy diagnoses, resulting in them being able to either be exempt from military service or get a, I guess, like assessment grade that's basically used to assess like your medical health and what level you're able to serve. Basically get a grade level that would allow them to like not do like an active duty. And so specifically how this got tied to Ravi is that the broker alleged that the famous idol rapper used their services to receive a grade 4 military assessment, which is non-duty. And so this, along with additional details about like some specifics about this famous idol rapper, led to it being alleged to be Ravi. So last we talked about this, Ravi's company Grooveland, which you guys reminded me is like a one-man company. So it's like he was like, Ravi, did we do this? I don't know, girl, but release a statement. So yeah, they said that they're checking into it, and if anything, is bad, they'll act right away. And specifically that, Ravi is 100% okay and will be going under any investigations or checks that need to happen. But it wasn't like he did not do this and we will stand by him. It was very much like, listen, sis, I don't know, but we ain't trying to get arrested, so we're just gonna cooperate. So we have a little bit of updates for that situation. So prior to this whole thing being exposed, alleged, him being accused, 3 of the VIX members, Ken, Leo, and Hyuk, had released a digital single called Gonna Be All Right. And so when this broke, they were kind of like in the middle of promoting it. And so it broke on the 12th, and there was a fan sign that I believe Ken and Leo were supposed to have on January 14th and 15th. And when this news broke, they ended up canceling it. However, it's been reported that the 3 members will continue to promote their song, and in 2003 or 2000, imagine, they're gonna buy a time machine, go back to 2003. No, they're gonna keep promoting in 2023, even as Ravi undergoes this investigation. So they said, well, sis, we gotta make this coin. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure it was like more of a nuanced situation than that. But yeah, in terms of Ravi's investigation, he's currently undergoing investigation, and if he's found guilty, he could allegedly, it's being reported that he could face anywhere from 1 to 5 years in prison. And on top of that, even before he goes to the jail cell, he's going to have to re-enlist and re-serve. So I don't know, because here's the thing. I don't want to say anything because I don't know anything. We literally have nothing to go on right now. Like, we don't have anything from the investigation so far, etc. But I feel like the fact that it's just happening and there's no like, I will prove my innocence, it's not looking great.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But again, though, a lot of people say that when something is like being handled in court, regardless, you should say hush hush on it. Like I remember with like Meg the Stallion, they were like, oh, she needs to be quiet and stop talking about this because, this needs to be handled
Yeah.
in court. That's often what people say. So it could be that he's just being like, well, I don't need to say anything because ultimately when the court case and well, not court case, but when the investigation is complete, you'll know the truth. But I don't know. Do you think even if he's found not guilty, this is just going to be like, all right, that's settled. It's going to be all right.
I would hope so. Because what else can people say? That he's lying? That he got away with lying?
Maybe
Hopefully not.
they're gonna say he called another broker that does fake investigation.
Oh, and then he's
Not
like
funny, but
caught up in another. Just keeps happening. He gets more brokers each time. Just accumulates.
Imagine. No, this is really bad. I mean, here's the thing. Again, it's hard because we don't know anything. Like I can't be like, oh, he doesn't seem like he won't do this, because even if he's like the greatest guy in the world, sometimes desperate calls, somebody can get desperate and do really desperate things that are out of their character. And again, we don't really know people personally. Like even if you were a fan since like, you know, 2003 somehow, like we don't know them personally, so we never really know. But it just seems like, I don't know, like it just is, it's like kind of just giving me a bad feeling, because it would really be sad for him to go to jail, but it is really crummy if that's what
What he did.
yeah. and
Yeah.
and I know some fans of Ravi like had said that like he had been open about struggling with, I believe it was anxiety and depression. I think, I don't want to misspeak, but stuff that might have resulted in him getting exempt or something like that, or being put on a certain type of service or something like that. So we're just dreaming up scenarios here, but if it was like, oh, he had said he had this, and what they graded him still gave him a situation where he would do something he maybe doesn't feel like he's comfortable with or something, so he like did something out of desperation. Again, I don't know him personally, I don't know anything about the situation, so this is literally me just weaving tales, but like, I don't know. A Daisy says, what a complete mess. Like, you have to go to jail and realize they're like, yeah, you're not getting away from the service, all right, come here, and then you go to jail. It's kind of crazy. Leanne says, I mean, I think there are other artists with the company, but he's the CEO. Oh, okay.
Does he have other artists? What is it called? Say
Grooveland,
feel
but
good.
not spelled.
Grooveland, there you go.
Not spelled how you think. It's like a 1 and a backwards 3 and stuff. I think I put it in the document. So if you want to just copy and paste.
I'm assuming like the 1 is, the land. The L is a 1.
Yeah. But it's like also it's very uniquely spelled. Trevi, hey Trevi, welcome to the bar. Welcome to the bar. Says, yeah, either guilty or it's safer to not say anything until proven false. Yeah. I feel like that's why it's so hard with these things where they're just alleged, because it's like until at least anything comes out, you really can't sway either way. And it is really serious. Like, I know, we kiki and joke on this show, but like, yeah, it's like on so many levels is it like a serious situation. What's the face? It looks like you saw.
Sorry, the way that it's spelled is just so weird.
I was like,
it's just like, what?
Yeah.
I got so confused.
Jordy says, I'm sorry, I can't even lie. I would try and scam my way out of producers. The thing is,
Dang.
the Gagiana is, like, that's the thing. I always feel kind of, it's difficult to talk about situations like that, because I am not in a position, nor will ever be, God forbid, that I will ever have to do something like that I don't want to do. So like,
yeah.
I can kick and scream and fuss and call people, be like, it's like, because I think the thing that would have been gross is faking a fake like disability or mental diagnosis or health diagnosis. I think that's gross.
Like he did?
Well, and if this is allegedly true, I think that's the gross part. Like, I feel like that's very disrespectful and scammy and things like that. Um,
Yeah.
but the idea of not wanting to serve, I am sorry, like, and I'm not judging anyone. I'm saying me, myself, given the history, like how I grew up, my mental, like I understand I have nothing to do with this, right? I grew up in a whole different culture. I've never had depression or not depression. I've never had the pressure to being like, oh, do I serve or do I not or something like that.
Mm.
But I would not want to because I don't
Yeah.
want to do those things. You know what I mean? So there's a part of me that understands like, well, everyone has to do it, blah blah, not blah blah blah, but everyone's expected to do it. There's a fairness situation with it too, like this person had to serve, so why do you not get to serve? But as a person
Yeah.
who's just plain like not very active, out of shape, doesn't respond well to authority, like I would probably be like, okay girls, let's get it together, let's see what we can do. So
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's a very awkward situation. I just really hope that this is not the case because, dude, for like, again, I don't want to downplay anything, but I feel like he's going to regret it if he gets caught. Because now,
He kind of did
oh,
get caught already.
if it,
Like it's already done.
chicken salad,
Oh gosh. No.
the two most humiliating moments of my life was me trying to explain that chicken salad joke to you and me trying to explain that chicken salad joke to my sister. I've never been more humiliated and my whole sense of humor been called into question because I laughed at
I mean, you're not alone with
salad.
the humor because it got popular, so.
There's just something about chicken salad and hooking your finger. Okay, people are saying that Wien is assigned to Grooveland, and Ailey was assigned to Grooveland or not assigned, was signed under Grooveland but left.
Oh.
Oh wait, okay, Andre's
I don't know
saying
what she's
that.
doing.
Me too.
I was just listening to her the other day.
She avoid wait, Wien or Ali? Or Ailey. Oh my
Ailey.
god. Yeah, she can sing very well.
Yeah.
She's another one. I'm just like, I feel like with vocals like that, you will always have a job. Like, even if it's
Yeah.
just like you will always be employed. But yeah. Hey JV, welcome to the stream. Wouldn't want to serve either. Yeah, like it's no shade to that country or culture or whatever. I'm just saying realistically, I can see not wanting to serve, but I can also see why people are like, no, you have to serve because everybody's doing it. Ooh, everyone's doing it. But yeah.
It's like the draft. I feel like when the American Army had to do it, I feel like a lot of people were trying to run away and avoid it because it's scary.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to do that.
Exactly. It's probably not fun to be away from your family and friends and things like that. So, and it's just something I can't relate to. So it's like it's hard for me to judge in any sense of the word because it's just something like having to do it, not having to do it, something I just can't relate to because that's not my situation. So,
yeah.
We sound so mature today.
I
said we.
Sure, yeah.
I said we sound so mature.
I mean, yeah, I know, but still, sure. I guess. Oh gosh. Take me out.
Went from 0 to 90. I do one TikTok anime.
I'm saying that you did it again, though. It's too much. My brain can only handle 0 times. So.
Oh gosh, I realized the chat on my screen is going way slower than the chat on the thingy, so I'm kind of like backed up. Or am I just not seeing somebody's? I think I might be missing somebody's comment. I'm sorry. I'm only seeing some of the comments. That's really weird. Andre says, I mean, considering South Korea's neighbors and their crazy leader, I get it. Yeah, and again, like it's just like different circumstances. But like, yeah, it's a scary thing, and I feel like it's not. There's nothing. I don't think it's disrespectful to acknowledge that because I know a lot of people. Anytime anything about military enlistment comes up, people are like, "I fans stay out of it, stay out of it," and I do get that, but it's like, well, from a very like understanding that it's just like not our culture, it's not something we go through. I feel like you can still have an opinion. But yeah. So, I mean, yeah, again, we can't really comment too much on this just because we don't have a lot of info on it. But I thought that stuff about like the possible sentencing, if he is found guilty, is very interesting. Um, Especially that whole he'll have to go to jail and he'll still have to say
Yeah,
to serve,
that's
because
so
then
sad.
that literally makes all of this for naught. Like it's like you still had to go back and serve, and now you also have to go to jail, and now you're also ruined your career and will never have one probably again.
Yeah.
Ooh. But yeah. Leanne says, yeah, like personally, I'm against the military morally, but I think we have to understand that South Koreans views it as more of a class issue. Celebs already under scrutiny for special treatment in the military, and in general, exemptions and civil service seem not to be as easily given to regular citizens. So I feel like that's what makes
Mm.
it become a sensitive issue. Yeah, and I think in that Reddit comment that we read last time, kind of explaining that grade system, and how like medical assessments lead to a grade and how their grade leads to what kind of service, somebody had mentioned that
Yeah.
that was one of the issues, that like people were seeing that like idols and things like that were getting kept receiving grade 4, which is kind of like the bare minimum to not have to do active duties. And people were suspicious about that because it's like, oh, why does this
Yeah.
keep happening and things like that. So yeah, I definitely see that too, like the fact that it's like, hey, it should be fair for everyone. Um,
Yeah.
that's true.
That makes sense.
But yeah, we're gonna keep an eye out for it, and we'll see how this unfolds for Mr. Ravi. Um,
Before we move on,
ooh,
though, VIX. Oh yeah, they like did a
oh yeah,
they did a little concert. I don't even know. I don't even think it was a concert. I think they were on Mnet and they did 3 of their songs. So like, if you like them, go check that out. Or even if you don't like them, check that out. So 3 of them, they're still very good. They did trying to remember, Shangri-La, Chained Up,
woo, the
and
song.
Voodoo Doll.
That was such the chained up,
So
the chained up
hmm?
era. I'm not much of a Vic stan, but the chained up era, there's something
Yeah,
there.
when they started singing it, I was like, I forgot how much I love this song. Like I like had flashbacks of driving and like listening to that like over and over again. Like
It's a
it
good
was
song.
very good.
It's good. Yeah, so check that out. All right, moving on. All right, y'all. I think we're slowly but surely having a new entry for like this freaking family tree is growing,
I
because
thought they were already official.
oh,
They're
are
not
there?
official.
Well, we have to do
I
the
thought they were yours.
I now have
They're on a they're not
three.
fully mine yet.
Listen, we have to be step aunts to each other's, because we can't just have two family trees growing like in opposite
Sorry. That's
directions.
how it
We
works
need
sometimes, you
unity.
know?
We
We
need
fall apart at some point, you know? Split off.
But yes, I think we just talked about New Jeans last week, but New Jeans, the party won't stop with them. And this week they showed that, they're here to stay, they're really doing something unique here. When it was revealed that for this week's Billboard Hot 100 chart, their song Ditto landed at 96. So I didn't talk about this because I didn't really think it was, not to be shady, but I didn't think it was much of a story. And I thought if they were going to actually land on the Billboard Hot 100, it would be better to just talk about that. But so with the Billboard Hot 100, there's Billboard Hot 100, hottest songs in America for that week, or for the week or whatever. But then they have this chart called the Bubbling Under chart, which is basically songs that are also popular, but they weren't quite to the point of getting on the Billboard Hot 100. So like you could count it as like number one on the Bubbling Under 100 is like number 101 on the Billboard Hot, kind of like that or whatever. So Ditto actually had been climbing that chart a bit, and so it was pretty high on the Bubbling Under the previous week, and so people were really like waiting to see if they would do it and actually break the Billboard Hot 100. And so this week it finally came true. And I know some people are probably thinking 96 out of 100, girl. If this was on Melon, we wouldn't even be talking about it. But we have to remember New Jeans, not even a year old. Ditto, 4 weeks old. You know, I'll get into some other stuff later. This is their first Billboard entry, and it's only like their third, I guess, single. And like what, like fourth song? No, fifth song or whatever. And this also, them charting, makes them the first fourth gen slash fifth gen. Apparently, the girls are saying there's a fifth gen. So I'm not going to fight y'all. I'm just going to say fourth slash fifth gen to chart on Billboard. And they also, and this is me, I'm throwing my hat in the, like, what is it? What do they call it?
The
Records.
ring.
Yeah, throwing my hat in the records ring. That would also make them the fastest K-pop group to chart on the Billboard Hot 100. Because again, they're,
Really?
I believe
Over
so.
BTS?
BTS didn't start charting on the Billboard Hot 100
Oh,
until,
you mean
yeah.
like in general? I
Yeah,
thought you meant after a song has come out.
yeah. I just meant in general, like as a group getting their first
Okay, that makes
Billboard chart. Yeah. And the gag is that this might not be their only song to chart because, like I mentioned, that bubbling, I'm not even showing the pictures. Okay, yeah. That's the Billboard Hot 100. I'm realizing that you can't see. Okay, yeah. But I mentioned that bubbling under 100 chart, and OMG, the song that they most recently released, is currently #1 on the bubbling under Hot 100. So if it keeps up the like the momentum, because I heard that it's getting like a lot of Spotify streams and things like that, then it could also it possibly could join Ditto on charting on the Hot 100. So this is, oh my God, I've been always hoping that you tie my shoe. Okay, I I feel like the more I go hard, the more Jasmine, you're like, I'm not buying this. Okay, I'm not buying this. But yeah, so I thought this was really interesting. And a lot of people have been like being like, this is kind of like is NewJeans her? Is she her? Her. She. Have you ever heard that Meg Thee Stallion song?
Mm, I think I recently just heard it.
Yeah, it's an interesting song, but yeah,
I would have done her. Uh-oh, her. So
you
what's it
know what?
called? What group is it? Zico.
Block B.
Block B.
Yeah. Ooh, there's some people you saying Zico that are gonna be like, they're more than just Zico.
I mean, when I think of, because he says the bang bang, the part after, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, that's
I don't
true.
know. He has a line after it, so I always see him in the center doing the dance. It's
That's
not
fair. That's
just that
fair.
Block B is just Zico.
um, but yeah. So my questions, I have a couple discussion questions. Everyone, take out your pencil and paper. I'll be grading this. So my first question is: so last week, and this was actually a story
No.
that this is actually a story that Jazz, you had put, but I don't think we ended up talking about how last week it was reported that NewJeans were in the US and they got stuck for some reason because I guess their flights got canceled.
Yeah, because like there were a lot of flights that were just canceled in general
Southwest.
in the US.
Southwest disband. No, just kidding.
Well, I think it was just like, I think it was it was something, it was just a lot of airlines were canceling.
Oh damn.
It was like a big problem for like a week or something.
That's the worst. That happened to me when I went to Canada earlier last year. That happened to me with just like our flights being canceled for multiple days. I literally
Oh
was
no.
spiraling because the thing is they don't, I mean, like obviously like you can, a lot of people did just stay at the airport. But like that wasn't super comfortable for me, but it was like now you have to spend an extra XYZ on like hotel and accommodations and food.
Yeah.
And you might not have budgeted that like for your trip and stuff like that. So that's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really, really bad. And, you know, I feel bad for the air, like the service people, because it's like the people at the front desks and counters, because like obviously it's not their fault either, but that's the first thing people are going to try to do is yell them into, I don't know, building a plane from scratch and flying them on air, growing wings or something. So
especially because they're usually people that aren't on the planes at all either.
Exactly.
They're just like, I just work here. Like literally, I live here. My house is down the street. I don't move from here.
Exactly.
Why are you yelling at me?
Exactly. Yeah.
I do not fly.
It's unfair. Like I feel like, well, I don't want to get into we live in a society, but we do. But yeah, so you know, that tipped us off though that they were in the US last week. So people are like, why are they in US? So with all this success, do you think their label is going to pivot them more towards the American market? And do you think they should, to capitalize off this success while it's hot? Or do you think that they're going to continue to just focus on the Korean market because, you know, they're fairly new and a lot of people always talk about establishing in your home country before you go off and promote elsewhere.
Actually, like, wrote down an answer for this because
Oh,
I actually did look at your questions before.
thank
Let
you.
me see what I even wrote.
I put a lot of thought into
So I
this.
think they should promote in the US, but I think they should wait a bit before targeting um only American slash Western audience.
Mm.
They're work I know that they're working on a new album, so I think they should see how their popular fares with the American slash Western audience to solidify the demand for an actual like need to be like promote there
Mm-hmm.
solely or something. Like have an album that's all English or something. That would be a waste if like they don't know fully if their popularity is a staying thing or if they're just like a one hit or
Ooh,
two hit, I guess, because they're two songs
that's
that are
true.
popular right now.
That's true. I mean, it's interesting because one of the points that somebody made when I was kind of looking on like Reddit or like Twitter was that like their music is already very accessible, I think, to English speaking people because it's a lot of English at and like
Mhm.
very specific phrases and at very specific times that like I was thinking about how fast now Ditto is very repetitive and it's very short, but like how fast I learned that song, even the Korean parts, because a lot of it is English and then the Korean part's very simple, you know? And I feel
Is
like
it?
I think so.
I tried to learn it for a second
Stay.
and was like, I'll just not.
I mean, I feel like they don't say a lot. Like, well, at least with Ditto. I don't want to say like generalize all their songs, but like I feel like even attention, looking for attention,
But I
hype
feel like
up,
that's a lot of K-pop
I
songs
chemical
where it's
hype
just like the
boy.
chorus is English
I guess
because I
that's
feel like they
true.
just wanted to make it easy.
I guess that's true, but I don't
But I do
know.
hear it for Ditto. Ditto does have like a lot of English, but the Korean's still hard for me.
Yeah, that I
Like, I
chin na
just
na na na. Stay in the middle, like you a little. Don't want
stay
nowhere.
in the middle,
Might
and
as
then
well
in the
say it
middle.
back. Yeah.
I like the
Just
middle.
say it to
Am in the middle. Something in the middle.
Don't do this.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's jump into chat. Podcast daughters. They are oh, okay. We finally have daughters. Honestly, they are very
You have a
young.
daughter. How dare you? I'm kidding.
Because it is
I'm
giving
still
daughter's
waiting.
age.
The next album, we'll see.
You'll see if it's daughter material. Um, yeah, it's Ditto. Like basically just came out last 2 nanoseconds ago. It's crazy.
This month has been long, that's why,
True.
to be honest.
Um,
Yeah.
Tal says accolades after accolades, baby. I'm finally stating successful active group. You said the days of me in
Who
the
did you
trenches are
stand
over.
before?
Yeah, I was gonna say, who got you struggling out here, Tal?
So now I'm scared. Like, you're gonna drag somebody that I like.
um,
They're not successful.
Trevi says a New Jeans tour or KCON would be wild. Aren't they still too young? I
Mm,
feel like KCON would be a
yeah.
nice like half and
KCON
half.
makes sense.
Yeah.
A tour seems like, first of all, they only have like two songs. So what are
I
they
mean,
doing?
Blackpink. When was their first tour?
And that was already concerning. I like we all were saying like what are we doing back then? So like same with New Jeans. What are we doing if we do a whole entire tour?
It's true. Yeah, I think maybe it's too early to tour. Maybe like a special or something like that. But I think
Yeah,
yeah,
the KCON makes sense.
yeah, I think KCON would be a really good thing. Tal says, and these girls are young. I want them to be seasoned idols by the time they promote overseas. I think that's important too.
That too, yeah. And
Yeah,
have the mentality to handle like all like the different fandoms.
that's
Like,
true. That's true. You see, one of the members, Danielle. Now, granted, I think she's half Korean, half Australian, and she grew up in Korea, question mark. But she had gotten a mini scandal because she said something about Chinese New Year. Like
oh yeah, I
yeah.
saw that.
And it's just like that's
Yeah.
as you become bigger, that's just there's more opportunities for stuff like that to happen. So it's like
Yeah.
you gotta be careful. Um Tiffany says, as much as I think they would be successful in the States, they're still too young to be handling the pressure that comes with touring, especially Han, who's since she's only 14. True.
My
Um
gosh. I'm sorry. Just hearing
a
14 again just makes
baby.
me like
Yeah.
when I was 14, I don't even know what I was doing, but I would not be thinking that I would be doing any of this. Like, I just think, I don't know, that's just so young.
It's so young. But think about when we first got into K-pop and they're like the Taymans and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, living the dream. I should be there too. But now it's just like that's way too young to be like active. Like the thing is though, I remember you made like a, and I'm not like equating these people, I'm not crazy, but like you had made like a remark that like, you know, like who has a job at 14, 15. Actually, I didn't have a job at 14, but I know you can like, I don't know if they changed this, but when I was like younger, you could work at McDonald's at 14, and I had my
Oh
first job
yeah,
when I was
yeah.
15. I mean, it's not the
Part-time
same.
makes sense,
Yeah,
but
full
like
time.
full-time, this is literally full-time. Like there's no time for you to go to school. There's
True.
no time for you to do anything else but be this.
That's so true. Because once you start really promote, because like I'll be honest, I don't think like idols be going to school that often, but they probably do homeschooling or whatever. But once you
Mhm.
start doing overseas, changing up time zones,
Oh my
baby.
gosh, I forgot about that's the jet lag that you probably have
Yeah.
all the time. And then they're like, do some math homework or
Yeah.
whatever. Here's your math test. Like,
I'm like,
nah.
excuse me, I'm on the Billboard Hot 100. We don't do math there.
I'm like, I'm gonna go back to US and then we'll be 12 hours behind. So give me more 12 hours back, please.
Exactly. Yeah, she is so tall. You were just talking about that.
Yeah. I think she's like 5'7". I think I looked it up before.
That's actually taller than me. I always get shocked when I see K-pop. But there was like some a TikTok I saw where it was like tallest female idols, and it was like when they were getting to the end, people are like 5'10", 5'9". I'm like, jeez.
Yeah, like Yujin or whatever her name
Oh, the
from
yeah, from
I've
both her and Won Young are huge.
but I think she's taller than Won Young. I think she's like an inch taller.
Oh yeah, I think so too. But yeah. Um, oh, Tal says CLC had me with them in Cube's dungeon. I've seen some stuff. Oh
Oh no.
no. Oh no.
CLC, they were living it up in Black Dress. I'm telling you, that was that year. Cube, what
So
is it? Yeah, Cube had a great year that year. They had Shine, they had Black
truly.
Dress, they had Soyeon coming in there just doing stuff. It was just
That's the
a
note.
great year. And then they kicked out Edon and they were like, let's just throw everything that we have.
Was a
Like,
revolution.
Yana, like, get out of here. We don't need you. And now look at them.
Cube is we don't
They
talk about
have
him here.
G Idol and they don't deserve them
We're
at all.
retiring talking about Cube. They've done too much. Trevi says, I play a lot of K-pop at work and my coworkers seem to vibe with NewJeans over the old gen stuff I play. I think that's another thing. Like I see a lot of
Mm.
people that like wouldn't be into K-pop just like talking about not wouldn't be into K-pop, but from what I discern have never expressed any interest in K-pop, just kind of especially with the Ditto song. I don't know about like Hype Boy and Attention and stuff, especially with the Ditto and probably with OMG as well. I see a lot of people vibing with it.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting trajectory. I also wanted to ask, I think I'll kind of skip one of these questions, but in the vein of Andre asking, do we think New Jeans is going to be the nation's girl group? I wanted to kind of ask that question because
Mm.
I've seen like a lot of videos that's like why New Jeans is changing the way we breathe oxygen and inhale carbon dioxide.
Oh,
And I'm like, but
that's
yeah,
a downvote.
I
That's
see
a
a
thumbs
lot
down.
of that, like not to draw comparisons because I know some people hate that, but like in how people would talk about BTS sometimes. Like just like did New Jeans invent concepts and aesthetics and things like that? And I'm saying it very jokingly, but to their whatever, I do think that we are seeing there is a uniqueness to them. And we are
Mhm.
seeing, even if it's the actual content is unique, maybe how people are responding to them is kind of unique. But with that, there's a lot of people saying, oh, are we really seeing something unique, or is this just an offshoot of Big Four privilege? Big Four, yes. That's
Let me
what the
look at
kids
my
say now.
questions that
That's
I
what
wrote some stuff down. Let's see.
they're saying. Big Four now.
Is
Yes.
this a fourth question? Is there okay, all right. Um I said yeah, I definitely do think Big Four had some part to do with this. Only due to the fact that I don't know if they would have gotten this much attention from the get-go, like with attention. Like
Hmm.
when attention came out, I don't think anyone would have cared if it was just like another company that nobody knew about. But since it's like a company under Hybe, it's like people were like, okay, I'll look at that. Like that seems interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like YouTube would automatically give you something like that too, because if even if you weren't looking for groups under Hybe, like if you casually listen to Hybe groups, YouTube probably would have pushed that for you anyway. So it's like I think that helped
Mm.
a lot of getting the initial like love and support. But then I think like also I think the sound got people to stay. I think I wrote something. Oh yeah, I think what they do differently is that they instead of using like their sound, I feel like they have like an R&B like kind of sound
Mm-hmm.
almost like R&B pop, and they use that only like exclusively just that type of sound. While I feel like other groups like Le Seraphim and Red Velvet, they have that sound too, but it's like usually like not usually like their A side. It's like a B side that
Mm-hmm.
you'll casually hear. But like they're differently like in that way that they're just solely that. And so that's all you get. And I think that helps get more people. Like it's the first thing you see rather than you have to go into their discography and find that type of song. And I think that's what people really want to hear now, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
nowadays is that type of music. So it's definitely their music that kept people, but I definitely think Big Four got people to see them.
So do you, when you say see them, do you mean like just like people wouldn't have even cared that they existed if they hadn't been from Hybe, or people wouldn't care that they're making the music they're making if they hadn't been for Hybe? Like they're viewing it a different way. It's almost like they get the privilege of being like, oh well, this is unique and creative because it's Hybe, and getting that kind of like, I don't want to say
Mhm.
smoke screen, but that kind of like colored glasses, you know, like rose colored glasses. Like for example, if I don't even know,
I think I know what you
like
mean.
another group came out with attention, would people being like, would people be saying unique, like whatever that Lady Gaga gift, you
Depends on
know?
the group. Like if Red Velvet did it, I think people would be like, "Ooh, great." But if it or like some random group that nobody knows, like I can't think of one.
That's what I was
Um,
trying to do.
what's that group that keeps adding different people
Rania?
every 2 seconds? Yeah, like if VP Rania came out with that, you know for a fact nobody would care.
Not
You
BB
know,
Rania.
like they would
Well,
just be like,
I also think like even with well, maybe not Red Velvet, but like people would be like kind of to your point. Well, I don't even know what I'm saying right now, but I feel like I wanted to make a comment on that point you had about like the fact that they have a very particular sound, and so far they haven't strayed from it. But yeah, but I also think to that point, like some people just fit some stuff really well, while other people, if they sing it, it would either give a different vibe or they want to be able to pull it off. Not necessarily because they couldn't sing it or they don't sound good singing it or they're not talented. It's just that certain like voice types and things like that really add to like if Kelly Clarkson sang like Bad Guy from by Billie Eilish, it would have a total
oh, it
different
sounds
vibe.
so good.
It would sound good, but it wouldn't be like dun,
I think it would
dun,
have the
dun.
same
It
vibe
would not be
and then
like the
more.
creepy kind of just like but
Kidding.
because she would sing it completely different, because why wouldn't she when she has a voice like that, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like I think the perfect
Yeah.
example is when Kelly Clarkson, she always be singing Ariana Grande song. Two very good singers, but it's like it's a whole
Mhm.
different song when Kelly Clarkson sings it and you get a whole different vibe. And I'm like, "Oh, so if this was a Kelly Clarkson song, it would probably kind of have this kind of vibe, that kind of thing." So
Yeah.
I definitely think it could be a vibes thing too. But to your point, that's a very interesting point that they have a very sound, like a solid sound, because I feel like that's one of the selling points of K-pop, that your group might look and do something like this one comeback and then switch it up a whole nother comeback. And that's like, I mean, it depends who you ask, but that might be seen as like a positive thing. But then they
Mhm.
also have made it a positive thing to just have, or they're an example of just like staying very much in, and to be fair, you know, they haven't been out for a year, so they might change it later or
Yeah.
whatever. But it's funny because I was thinking later on we're gonna talk about Yena's Love War, and I think that song's really interesting because it's a complete 180 from Smartphone and Smile, her two other tracks. And I'm like, I like Love War, but the people who liked the smiley and smartphone type music,
Mm.
are they gonna mess with this? Because that's very different from what, they were maybe drawn into. So I think being able to trust, like, have a trustworthy sound, and not having to play like guessing games, I guess, whether you'll like the next track might be.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it is the music, because one of the things that I think is interesting is that, like, a lot of times when people chart on like Billboard, it's often a very concentrated effort by fans, and I don't mean that in a shady way, but like fans will be doing streaming parties, and I just don't think their fandom is that big or established yet to really be like, okay guys, we stream on Wednesdays and then blah blah blah, and we do this. So it has to be people just vibing with the music, and to their detriment, there's a lot of people, not to their detriment, but on the flip side, there's a lot of people being like, I don't care about this group, I'm not interested in learning about the members or anything like that, but that music hits.
Yeah.
So now in this this NewJeans seminar, we will turn to I'm gonna read the comments. Tal says it's big for privilege, but also I doubt if the girls and the music weren't refreshing and created the R&B sound image, like Jazz mentioned, that they would be as successful as they have been. Interesting. I mean, I definitely think Min Heejin did a good job with just cultivating, the aesthetic and the vibe and the sound, because I definitely think it's all of those parts coming together.
Yeah.
Tiffany says, I don't think they invented anything necessarily, but I think they are bringing something that isn't really seeing that much. And they also aren't just following the trends that most groups follow.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, because I think, for me, I think one of their things was that they hit what's trendy now, but in like a really, like, just, they did a really good at targeting all the things that are trending right now, because I definitely think R&B music's trendy, 90s early 2000s aesthetics is trendy, like, these are things trend, but they didn't do it in, like, maybe, because I think sometimes people will do it and it will look very much like, oh, 90s party or like 2000s party, but I feel like they have this vibe where it's like, oh, maybe they were like that whole thing about like how Ditto is like supposed to be filmed in 1998, like, it kind of just looks like, it doesn't look like jokingly 90s. It looks like, okay, this is what girls who were just doing some regular ass stuff in the 90s might have worn. So maybe people find that refreshing.
Yeah.
Trevi says they also came out of nowhere with no pre-debut hype, so that kind of propelled them to go viral.
And that's
Interesting.
where I feel like the hype thing comes in. Cause like coming out of nowhere, I just feel like that wouldn't work with an unknown group. I mean company.
That's
Because it's like they're coming out of nowhere and then it's like who's watching for them?
true.
People are watching Hype and their company. Who's watching for like
True.
XYZ company that has nobody but this group.
That's true.
So I don't know.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, doesn't make a sound. I will let you all ponder this
Deep.
evening. If a tree falls in the woods,
It's gonna keep me up at night. How dare you? I'm gonna keep thinking about it.
Andre says, I also think their marketing helps. When was the last time a group debuted without any warning? No hype or build up, just the song, members, and MV. True.
I was thinking like the marketing for Ditto helped for them the most. I feel like just the whole concept of Ditto. I think that's what I also wrote. I was like, I think they had good yeah, the MV concept, and like for OMG, like they have like good styling as well. Now they have good styling, because I remember when they first came out, they were going to like award shows and people were just like just saying how ugly their outfits were, because they're like, who the heck? And apparently I think there was an article that was like they fired their old
not
like
y'all
person and
making somebody
because
unemployed.
they look bad. I remember, I think I sent it to you, like it was a while ago, and I was like, what are they wearing? So whoever they hired, good on them.
Not them firing them.
Those bunny ear hats, great.
Oh, yeah, those are so cute.
Good idea.
Daisy says, so I believe big company privilege gives you momentum and spotlight, but if you don't have talent, you won't sustain.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's true. I
Not
think
even just talent. No offense. There are some people that have just good songs, good people to lift them up. As
true.
long as you have good foundation,
That's
you
true.
can thrive and survive.
I agree. Trevi says 50/50 has a similar vibe, smaller label, and there's definitely less attention. Oh,
Mm,
if it was the same group but they debuted somewhere else. Um,
mm,
but yeah. I mean
50/50. I feel like I heard this.
it's hard because it's like we don't have like we can't make a control group like, to really know what the result would be, but
Well, would they not be the control?
well, I guess they would be the control, but like a group that like we couldn't like have somebody else debut like that like with the same music and stuff that don't know about NewJeans or
Okay.
something. I guess I don't know. I don't even know how you would like test that, but I mean, I feel like yeah, it's always been like a, big four privilege. But yeah, just very interesting. I did have two more questions, but we can also move on. But I also saw that you had listed other acts that were on Billboard. Um there was some weird article that talked about how like nobody on SM ever like debuted in the Hot 100, and I was just
Which is
like,
odd to me because I thought like SNSD would have
right?
with
The boys.
G
Oh.
or the boys.
Uh
Either one.
well, here's the thing. I feel like that's such a testament to how a lot of groups benefit from X, Y, and Z, but they also benefit from what prior groups did. Because that wasn't even the realm of thinking like back then. Like,
Yeah.
So it's just like it's like a different thing. But no, I don't think they debuted or were on there. But everyone has different accolades here and there. So but yeah, my other question, and since this is a quick one, do you think Ditto has a chance to climbing? I say number one here, but now that I'm kind of seeing the
Okay.
top 10, I mean the top, yeah, what's in the top 10? Maybe not number one, but do we think we'll see it go top 20? The girl is on TikTok. They love
Ditto?
that.
Maybe OMG. I feel like I hear OMG more
Oh well,
than Ditto, even though I like Ditto more. I only hear like I was watching a stream the other day and this guy was just randomly humming OMG. And I was like, this is very random. And every time I'm on TikTok and I hear something that's New Jeans or whatever, it's usually OMG. It's
mm.
not Ditto, sadly, because I do like Ditto.
Do you think Ditto is more popular among K-pop fans and OMG is more popular among non-K-pop fans?
Maybe.
Oh. I don't know, because I think that's true. Like on TikTok, when it's just random people, and granted, maybe they're K-pop fans, maybe they're just casual K-pop fans or something. I feel like I hear oh my OMG a lot, but like when I like go on forums and stuff, everyone's like, honestly, Ditto's that girl.
Because it is.
But
It is that girl. When you
yeah.
put, do you think Ditto has a chance of climbing to number one? My answer was LOL, no.
How dare you talk to the daughters of the sleepy I do this
Like,
way?
number
Oh my god.
one, jumping for the
Wait.
stars.
You're like kind of
Am I frozen? It's funny because I can see you fine. I can see myself fine on my
okay,
thing.
now it's better. Yeah, that's so weird. It was like
Yeah.
wow 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 wow
Yeah,
wow.
I saw that.
I was like, Jasmine, are you still in this dimension? Um, but
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
I mean, stranger things have happened. If this was 2016 and somebody was like, is BTS gonna hit Billboard number Hot 100? I'd be like, a girl can dream. Actually, I'd be like, I don't know, but
Yeah.
almost there. But yeah,
Maybe.
maybe okay. Here are bunnies. Um,
No.
Andre says if not top 20, maybe top 50.
I could see it.
I could definitely see that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how
Me too.
this works. I don't know. There's like, I was looking at the list and that picture. I'm like, what the heck is that's what tequila does? I was looking at that and I'm so confused. It looks like country, so that's probably why I haven't heard it.
Oh.
But that's in the top 100, and I'm like, who? Who's what's his name? Aldean? Jason
Jason,
Aldean? I don't know who that is.
the premier Jason Aldean? Aldean?
I don't know how the I don't know how the top 100 works.
Jasmine, you gotta go with it. No, just kidding. It's a
And
lot.
again, I also just I think what's it called? Country is just so popular, and I just don't listen to it at all. So that's
True.
probably why I don't know who that is.
No, that's very true. All right, moving on. We don't may want to make this a NewJeans podcast. All right, so we have somebody who's going to jail.
Oh,
Not really.
is he?
No,
I was gonna say,
I'm just being. I'm a stunt queen. I like to pull stunts. No, but Enhypen. I was so afraid that I was actually accidentally gonna type Enhypen, but I typed Enhypen, so I'm happy. Jocelyn's about to tell us about what's going on with Mr. Jay.
Let's see. All right, so with Enhypen, so it seems like he was in trouble, but he's doing better now. So the background on this is that Enhypen's Jay was doing a live with member Sunghoon when they got into a discussion about Korean history. Sunghoon stated, "I think Korean history is really interesting." To which Jay responded, "I'm more interested in world history. I've already learned a fair amount of Korean history in school. History is a subject I'm pretty into, so for me, I might say that there's not a lot of material in Korean history. You study it for a few weeks, look through what little material there is, and it's over. It's like a short story. But other countries, there's no end to the history. I've looked into histories of all kinds of different countries, and there's no end to the rich histories. Those countries, their histories go on and on and on. But Korean history just starts, then ends so fast. It's like, that's it."
Dang.
So obviously people were not happy about that. So he got a lot of backlash after the live, and so on January 11th, he apologized on Enhypen's official Weverse, writing, "Hello, this is Enhypen's Jay. After today's Weverse live, I was totally shocked by everyone's responses. Regardless of the reason, I want to genuinely apologize for causing discomfort in the hearts of NGeans.
Engines, yeah. I'm assuming.
I spoke too I spoke too carelessly about such an important topic as Korean history, based solely on my personal impression. I should not have spoken so thoughtlessly with the little knowledge that I have on the topic. Once again, this was a time for me to realize how much more I have to learn. I never intended to speak lightly of our country's proud history, but I see now that my comments could very well have come across that way, and that is my mistake. I apologize. I will be more careful and study as to become an artist who is not an embarrassment to NGeans. I'm always learning so much from you all. Thank you." So that was his apology. And you would think that that would be it, but no, he then again posted another second longer apology on January 18, saying, "Hello, this is Enhypen's Jay. I'm writing this letter to once again deeply apologize for the wrongful comment I made about the history of our country, Korea, during a Weverse live on January 10th. I apologize for making a wrong comment with my lacking vocabulary about the history of our country without knowing enough about the deep history. At the time of the live broadcast, I expressed my thoughts of Korean history with only the limited knowledge I had and did not realize that I can convey the wrong message. The member who was with me at the time tried to correct me, but I was so careless that I was unable to realize it. And my word choice in the last apology was also very lacking. I should have thought it through carefully. I also apologize for it. It was really careless. It was a really careless act for me to misrepresent the deep history of our country, even lacking the ability to properly express my apology." Sorry.
Next week he's like, "I am on my third apology." That's crazy though. Like, why?
Sorry, that wasn't even it. It's long. It's still going. Hold on. Sorry. My heart ached due to the weight of my mistakes, which I learned while reading the comments that engines and everyone left on Weverse Live and my first apology. I was able to realize and self-reflect on how my mistakes led to a big problem. However, I also understood that this was not something that could be solved by self-reflecting alone. So I thought to properly admit my mistakes and apologize again to correct what happened due to my remarks. I was worried that I was not able to express my apology due to my lacking expression, so I am belatedly posting this writing again after much thought. Okay. I am constantly thinking about what I can do so that I will not repeat the same mistake again. After much thought, I am still very lacking. I want to think more deeply and consistently show my efforts through actions rather than words. In the future, I will try to listen more and become a person who is prudent. I am sincerely sorry to Enhypen members and engines who show their love for us after I caused too much damage to the team because of my lacking. I will do my best, not only with words, but also to become a better person. That is a very long apology. That sounds like, to me, the first apology, but just more, I
Yeah,
guess, more,
specific.
yeah. So many people like the second apology, and some even wondered if maybe his company checked or and proofread the second one. Um, so that's that. Seems like people accepted that second
Oh, okay,
one.
I was gonna say, are they still flaming him?
God. So I only have one question. I'm just like, do you think the second apology was needed?
I think that the second apology should have been the first apology because I can see why people liked
Honestly?
it more. Because I feel like it's more like I feel like well, I don't want to, but like I feel like I'm not like be sad for us, like that kind of thing. Like you
Mhm.
better be more sad or whatever. But I feel like it's very like I feel like it's good for him too because it explains where he's coming from more too. Like I feel like
Yeah.
he's like, okay, I expressed my thoughts, but I also am like it was like limited and I realized that like even if I was thinking of it this way, it could still come out. Like I feel like he expressed that better in the second one. Maybe his company was like, and then a little bit of the no, just kidding. But yeah,
Salt Bay.
I feel like if the first apology was the second apology was the first apology, I feel like it probably would have gone over better. Because I don't know, the
Yeah.
first one also seemed like and it could have been just panic mode, like, oh my god, these people are flaming me. I need to say something. So, I noticed that there's a 7-day difference between the first one and the second one. So there's probably a lot more to think about. And it could have just been like I noticed him specifically saying that like engines were like were the ones also the ones telling him, hey girl, this is not like this is not giving what it's supposed to give and here's why. So they were like legit
Mhm.
educating him, so it could have been him literally being, oh okay, now I really really understand why what I did was so like bad, and so let me like actually express that a bit better.
Yeah.
But yeah, this kind of like this sucks because I don't think he actually meant anything bad by it. I think again, somebody in chat said this is why people shouldn't debut before finishing school. How
Is he from Korea? I'm
that's
so
what I was
confused.
wondering, but it
I
said that
probably should have looked that up.
he said our country, so I'm assuming. Oh, so he's a
He's from
baby.
Seattle, Washington,
Ah,
or he was born in Seattle, Washington.
ah.
That's
So
why.
maybe there's a little disconnectation
Because it was like
there.
2 seconds of Korean history and world history.
Yeah, I was gonna say
They
from the
crammed like everything all
American,
into one year.
yeah, from the American point of view, that is like a half a chapter. At least that was when we were learning it. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I mean, I feel like he like why wasn't Sung well, not to say it was his, job to like be because I would have been like, okay, we get it, we get it. All right, you can actually step out. This is gonna be my
Yeah,
my V live
just
now.
push him.
Yeah,
Like
enough of that.
he's sick. I don't know what that was.
But he
He's not in the right mind.
the way he kept going, he was like, I mean, there's nothing there. It's short. Like it begins and ends.
Like a
Why would I
short
care?
story. I'm
Yeah.
like, what is this? The tortoise in the hair? What
Yeah.
the heck?
I was like, and I feel like that's super not good because like, Korea has the history of being colonized by China and Japan, so that might be like a sore spot, like
Yeah.
as well. But yeah, nobody wants to hear like there's like, that's like, and again, I don't think
Yeah.
he meant any malice by it. I feel like he was just saying some stuff, but like I could see why people being like, what, huh? Come again?
I feel like he should have phrased it differently. Like, I like the history. I like the countries that have like millions of years of um history, and not like downplay like other countries that don't have that long of history. He could have just referenced countries that he's like, oh, I like these countries. They have a lot of history. Just end it there. But he was
Yeah.
just like, nope, Korea, you're the opposite of what I actually like. It's kind of sad, actually. Hold on. This is your fault. Fix
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I could see how it could rub people the wrong way. So
Yeah.
that's yeah. But yeah, the way that he was talking so freely really makes me feel like he must have been shocked and gagged when when he started getting the comments from people saying
Yeah.
that they didn't appreciate that. Like he was probably, but he really was going in for no reason. Like
Yeah.
what's going on? Oh my god. He kind of roasted it. But yeah, exactly. A Daisy. I was like, okay, that's it. And then it's like like it begins and like what I was like, oh my god, enough. Enough. Um Trevi says a double apology. We're either going to have to give people second chances or we're gonna run out of idols.
Yeah.
And Andre is saying, yeah, the second apology should have been the first one.
Oh, definitely.
Andre says, isn't that where Jay Park's from, Seattle? I believe so.
Ooh, what's going on in Seattle?
Oh no,
It be like that.
Seattle's like, now why am I in it? Tiffany says, from what I learned from the AOI situation, Jimin Sohyun is not to speak about Korean history unless you have actual knowledge on the topic and can name important historical officials. That was one of the first thing I thought too about their whole thing and how they literally had to like literally get their master's degree in Korean history before that's not true. They just took some classes, but
To be able to do what?
to be able to, because I think they misidentified a historical Korean figure, and people are like, "Are you dumb? Are
What
you
the?
dumb? Like, what is that?"
Throw a person from U.S. history in my face that isn't like a popular president. I will probably get them wrong.
I
That's
mean,
kind of, unless they were a popular
I don't
person
remember
that
the
you should know.
specifics. If anyone knows, I mean, I would look it up, but
Like if
essentially, that's what
someone
happened.
threw Abraham Lincoln in someone's face and they were like, "Who the heck is that?" Then
I think people were saying. I remember people
concerning.
saying that, like, if I recall, and I was like when I was reading the forums, people are like, "Yeah, it's really weird for you not to know who this is." I don't know because I
Mm,
feel like it's always like some people are saying that, but then some people are saying no, it's pretty reasonable that they didn't know who this is. So I don't remember
mm.
the specifics though. I also remember
Haters gonna
that
hate.
a lot of people cite that as like the beginning of the end for AOA,
That?
like the beginning of the decline. Yeah, it was like
But
that.
didn't they? Was that after the Olympics or whatever they were performing at? Didn't they perform at the Olympics?
Did they?
When there was in South Korea.
Oh, I don't remember.
Because I feel like there were a lot of groups that like not a lot. I think it was VIX. Then I think it was AOA
Maybe,
and EXO.
maybe maybe they're already booked and they're like, well, we can't suspend this contract. I'm just kidding. But yeah. Now, does he have the same energy to Jack that you? Hello.
Honestly, he should have said Korea's like, well, no, we're worse. I think like we have like what 300 years
Oh yeah, ours is pretty small
of like
too.
history. We're way worse.
I think
Like there's nothing going on.
I think now knowing that he's from the US, I do wonder if he like how long he lived here because I feel like that is definitely if he was like going through the US schooling system and that's the beginning and end. That's the start and then it just ends. I bet like yeah, that was like cuz I'm trying to think in our history books how much we learned about Korea and it was very short if I can even
Yeah,
recall.
I feel like I don't even think I learned about Korea to be honest. I remember China because I was like, there's so much going on in China, and
Yeah.
then we had to learn like the different dynasties, and I was like, No. No, I don't know. This is
Yeah,
so confusing.
it's a lot. But yeah, I remember if that's such an interesting thing. I mean, it seems like
Yeah.
it seems like if people are accepting the second apology, then this seems like. But I wonder. I feel like every time you get into a scandal as an idol, it's like a wound that gets covered up, and then the next time you get into a scandal, people rip off that
They're gonna bring it up.
band-aid and they're like, "Isn't this the one
Like,
that
remember
said?"
that
Yeah. So it's just like now you have one
time? Like
strike
RM
against you.
with the N word.
Oh
They're like,
yeah,
hold on, didn't he say the N word like 10 years ago? And they're
yeah.
like, you apologize. You're like, every
Well,
time.
okay.
I swear.
Let me not get into that because I have a whole. It's a
Wait,
lot.
like
The
against him or like
thing,
for
the
him?
thing is, I hate when people say he apologized because I
Oh, did
feel
he
like
not?
it's not that he didn't apologize. Is that the apology they source is so vague, and so it's just like this. But the thing is, what I
Oh,
hate about it is that a lot of people just use it as fodder, right? It's like, oh, like it just sucks because stuff like that end up just being another like, look how woke my person is over your person and like that kind of thing. So it's like taking I hate talking about it within that realm because it becomes just another stand war thing, and it's like taking serious situations and situations that actually literally hurt people who were fans and just making it my idol's better than your idol because they didn't or did do this, or I'm gonna like
yeah,
not acknowledge that this is something that somebody actually does because it makes my idol or my fave look less than. So that's just something that I've always been super annoyed with. But I do agree that like people will just like throw things back up just for the sake of it, to add like
yeah.
insult to injury and stuff. But oh my god.
See, even you're like, you're pushing OMG up there. Ditto's not gonna make it.
You're right. Say me on Skittles. Bring me some Skittles. But yeah. Tiffany says, oh, did I done break my John? Okay. Tiffany says, I think the reason it's probably
Did you just call it a John?
am I exposing myself? Johnny John? Y'all never said Johnny John. Okay. You know what?
I don't think I've heard anyone actually say John. Like I've heard
And you claim to be
this
from the
thing.
East Coast?
Well, that's not a thing from where I'm from. I only heard it when I went to school. And I was like, I guess this is a thing I'm supposed to hear people say. It is not where I'm from. Sorry.
I thought it was
We don't do
interesting
that
thing.
stuff.
Johnny. I like, the John, a John, that John, Johnny John, which is like
John and Kate plus eight.
John and Kate plus eight, a fixture.
Oh.
Um, you know. um I'm sorry, this is so funny. Trevi says that's when AOA ended for me.
What?
When we were talking about the scandal they got into.
This when it ended? Why?
I was it that or when Jimin I really don't even know what happened with the Jimin Mina thing. Like what happened there? Because I remember it was bad. Then people were like, actually Jimin was framed or something. Like it was a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Any other notes for
Ooh,
Mr.
maybe that's what's up.
Enhypen? Mr. Enhypen Jay? J.
Um,
Day 6 is J.
Stream given and taken because that's the only that's the first song that came to me by Enhypen.
Not the free promo.
I think that's their first song, and it's why
Stream.
is that the only one I know?
I find it
No.
so funny when like fans, K-pop or otherwise, are in some tweet and then in the replies as unrelated, they're like stream, and then it's a song that was released in 1986. I'm like, for what purpose? Like, what do you mean?
Another thing.
Yeah, they'll be like
Be me.
stream Ariana Grande The Way, and I'm like, I think she's past that. I think she's a little past that. I'm sorry. Like stream Girls' Generation Into the New World. I think we've been there and done that. What's going on?
Oh, they're trying to get them back, you know?
Why though?
SNSD.
It's
Get them
so
on the Hot
weird.
100. They're gonna be next.
It's
This is
so
it.
weird. Also, thank you for the reminder to like the video, Daisy and Leon's endorsements. It's always helpful to know if you guys are enjoying what you're seeing here when you give the video a like. So go ahead if you're enjoying tonight. All right. So with that, we'll move on to our next topic now, y'all. I have to make sure my edges are done for the mess we're about to get into. All right. Now,
This is a mess.
the thing is, I was so upset that it wasn't messier, but you know what? I think that's because we've all grown. And also I feel like it's better, it's easier in some cases just to ignore the whole thing, especially if you know maybe you were on the side that was like, well, we'll get into it. All right, y'all. So, we had a little treatation this evening. Not this evening, this week. So as some of you know, and if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. But Suga from BTS has a show called, oh my god, I'm gonna mispronounce this. Sujita. It's a play on the Dejita song that he has, but I can't pronounce anything ever. None of the time, for never. But basically he has this show that he's been doing where he basically has like this one-on-one and kind of sits down and chats and interacts with guests. So this the most recent episode 3, was quite a treat because he sat down with Taeyang from BigBang, who also happened to recently release a single with Suga's fellow bandmate Jimin. And so it was really, really nice. And I think for a lot of people, this was like a historical moment. You know, a lot of people who were Big Bang fans back in there, BTS fans now, or just always loved both groups. So seeing so much interaction with them, first through this Taeyang Jimin collab, and then through this interview we're having, was really, really, you know, cool to a lot of people. So it was really, really cute interview slash sit down chat. So I definitely suggest, if you guys are a fan of either group, and especially either individual, I would look and watch it. But there seems to be a moment in the video that had a little bit of a, I guess I'll say, a mini scandal. I think it was very much the girls who know moment, because I feel like for some people they're like, this is so beautiful, but then for other people they were like all K-pop made sure to, you know, have a little article and things like that. But let me get to what actually is the controversy. So there was one particular line that seems to be coming, or is becoming, you know, however you want to say that, a hot issue. So pretty early on in the video, when mentioning Big Bang's impact, Sugar says the following: "It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say Big Bang practically made BTS." And then throughout the interview, he gives more like praise. Like I will say, Miss Suge folded. Like Suga was like, this is my fave. So if he says jump, I will say hi. Like he was literally like, it was so cute. Like the thing is, as a Suga stan, it was cute to see him stand out. Like he was completely fanboying. He was saying how he was nervous, how like you know, he's such a fan, and Taeyang is like sitting down with Taeyang is like meeting a real celebrity, which I think is funny because it's like you're literally so famous yourself and you literally meet celebrities all the time. But he, you know, throughout the interview, not only does he talk about how his own admiration for Taeyang, but he also talks about how like the other BTS members, you know, admire Big Bang and Taeyang. Some of the, you know, things he says specifically, he talks about how BTS loves Big Bang, and how for Jungkook's 20th birthday, they went to go do karaoke, and they like must have sang Bang 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 100 times. He says that Taeyang has like basically inspired Jimin to be who he is today. Like he literally said he sees that Taeyang is one of the biggest influences on Jimin, and that like Jimin literally studied Taeyang and things like that. He said that he recalled like watching the mamas watching Big Bang perform and being like, oh, I want to become singers just like them. So basically he was laying it on extremely thick how much he loved Taeyang, and Big Bang, how much the fellow members loved them, how much like Jimin would not exist and breathe oxygen today if Taeyang hadn't walked this green earth. Like it was, he was giving up all the info, all the goods. And like I mentioned, while I definitely saw this as a sweet reaction. A lot of people saw this as a sweet reaction. It did, dredge up an age-old issue of the amount of influence Big Bang has on BTS. Now, I don't know if this is accurate to say because I don't remember. Okay, guys, I can't remember anything. But I do remember, as somebody who was a Big Bang fan when I first got into K-pop, and then became a pretty active ARMY BTS fan around like maybe 2015 to 2018. I do remember this like strange phenomenon, and I was trying to like pinpoint to where I feel like it happened, where there was some BTS fans that like made it their mission to like, for whatever reason, retcon certain members' admiration for Big Bang. Like it was really weird. And to be fair, like I'm not just saying weirdos, like whatever, because it does play into the pave the way narratives and things like that. And don't get me wrong, VIPs could also be annoying. Like they were both very annoying to each other, like what I remember seeing. But like I was like trying to pinpoint it. Now I think it probably was like the No Signal scandal. Do you remember that?
It sounds like something I heard. What is it?
It was just some foolishness back in the day where like for some I forget which award show. BTS performed at the 6th Gaon Chart Music Awards on February 22nd, 2017. During their performance, a no signal background appeared behind them. This no signal background consisted of the color bars like that would display on a TV when it has no signal, and then it had the words "no signal" with static. And so apparently the same background was used for one of the Big Bang members, Top's previous performance, so he used a similar background. And so following the performance, there was a YG producer named Rachel Lee who posted a picture of the stage background on Instagram with the caption our hard work and a puzzled emoji. And then apparently Top's sister and the brother of Big Bang member Taeyang liked the post. And so it was basically like, oh, y'all plagiarized that. And so apparently I remember that this was a big issue, and there are VIPs saying, why did they do this? They're plagiarizing, telling them to apologize. And there was a hashtag no signal apologize or whatever that trended on Twitter. And people were just dragging them, and they haven't been I remember they were getting a lot of plagiarism controversies and Sejigi a bit earlier and things like that. And so I feel like a lot of after that, it was like World War VII, and they were just like, we can never reconcile. And I think it was hard because BTS had openly, you can even see in their Bangtan bombs, like, and they actually showed clips of like Jimin getting his life to Taeyang's existence from their like Bangtan bombs and things like that. So a lot of people just wanted them to like not have anything to do with each other. And I feel like it was easier for a lot of ARMY to just pretend that BTS hate Big Bang because they hate Big Bang. But it was one of those things where it's like, it's getting weird because it would be like, if anyone brought up, oh, remember this artist said that they admire Big Bang or this or blah, blah, a lot of them would have like weird conniptions, or like, there's this one thing that people would always push where it was like, oh, it's been so and so years since Jungkook or like Jimin have mentioned the Big Bang members. So they've changed like they no longer look up to them or are inspired by them and things like that. Just stuff like that was just really weird because it's like, I mean, obviously they probably have multiple inspirations. Like they've talked about literally having so many inspirations and things like that. But I just don't get what you get out of pretending that they like literally. And then of course VIPs are just like, girl, without there would be no, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
very annoying on both ends, but it was just very weird. So like for the longest time, there are a lot of people, and I always thought that was really weird because it's like, but Sistren, there's like literal proof on the internet that they get their life. And the thing is, seeing Suga geek out and fanboy, like it was like, yeah, of course. Like, he is a dude who was a young guy who liked to rap and was growing up in like the early 2010s. Like, of course he liked Big Bang. Like, why are we making this like it's like revolutionary? There's probably
Yeah.
half the K-pop male idol industry probably liked Big Bang. And don't get me wrong, I know like literally Sungri's in jail. I don't know if he's actually in jail, but we know. So I'm not saying that they stand for all of that, but like the idea that it's like such a like earth-shattering concept for that to be a thing was always so weird to me. But of course,
Yeah.
people who have those views and made it their mission to retcon that stuff obviously were gagged in a bad way. We're literally gagging, and not in a good way. They were gagged. They were throwing up. When Suga was just basically spilling all the beans, and he was like, "Nah, we love y'all." I don't know what she has said was a lot, because honestly, it was like some people were just like, "Oh my god, Suga King, humble king," but you could tell, like I could tell in some of like the quotes, a lot of people were like, "Oh, look at Suga being so humble. He's joking." Like there was somebody who was like, I saw on Reddit, who was like, "Oh, well, you know, he can only speak for himself. So like he can say he's a fan, but he like the other members have other inspirations, so he shouldn't speak for them." And I'm like, do you realize Suga knows these people and you do not know them? Like, how can somebody who actually lives and frequently like, so you can speak for them, but he like, I know I've been talking a lot, and I'll let you speak, Jazz, after, but I think that this is a level of parasocialness that needs to be studied. And by that, I mean the type of parasocial where you think you have to imprint your own values onto your fave. You can dislike, vice versa. You cannot be a fan of Big Bang as an army. You cannot be a fan of BTS as a VIP. But that has nothing to do with the actual people in the group. And people need to understand that before they hurt their own feelings. Because I feel like that I've seen that happen so often, and it never ends well. Like the whole thing where it's like, I don't like this group, so I have to headcanon a real person into not messing with this group. And we've seen it happen all the time. Like Big Bang and EXO, or EXO and BTS and Big Bang. What, like the 2NE1 and SNSD, like, you know, and it's just it's weird behavior. It's a level of parasocialness that I feel like does not get discussed enough. All right, don't do that. That's weird. Yeah. That's very weird. Like every time any idol says the word Jay Park, people literally have a freaking conniption, and I'm like, yes, these kids, they like him. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry to break it to you. Like, and it is very, very weird. But anyway, what were your thoughts? In conclusion of this thesis.
Like in my head, like I was like, you know that, what is it? The ha laugh from like The Simpsons. Like that's what I hear, and I'm like pointing at the people that do that type of stuff. Hello. It's just like, what? This is what I've been waiting for. A moment like this. Now I just need them to like interview like somebody from EXO, so we can just like,
oh god,
get this out of the way.
That's hilarious.
They don't even have to praise them. They can just say like, you're obviously a great singer. Like, we have no beef. Please stop. Fans, stop it.
Yeah, it's fair. And that's always like a question. Like, when should idols feel like they need, and famous people like who have the type of fans, you know, anyone, not just one particular group, because this happens all over. When they have the type of fans that like attack people, should they be being like, hey guys, chill? Even though I feel like in a lot of those cases, their fans will be like, shut up, we're helping you, and then continue to do like that kind of thing. But yeah, it's very interesting. And to me, here's the thing, like, because the thing is, a lot of people forget, I'm an army, I'm a Big Bang, and not a Big Bang fan. I'm a VIP, I'm an army. Well, it's really hard for me to say these labels, because I feel like when I say that, when I use the fandom names, people will be like, what's the name of this person's third doll twice removed? Like, you know, and I won't know that. And then they're like, fake fan. And honestly, I don't like, I used to watch like videos every day about like my favorite groups, and I don't do that anymore. So I'll
Mm,
just say like I'm a fan of both or whatever. But like, I defend armies to like I always do it, because the thing is, as much as I'll be like, this, y'all were annoying for this, people did attack them because I was in the trenches, y'all. People didn't attack them for no reason. And people did attack them out of jealousy. Like, can we say this? People were jealous. People were uncomfortable. Here's my theory. Listen, people don't like change. And when change comes out of nowhere, it makes people very uncomfortable, especially when there's an
true, true.
established hierarchy. Like, the thing is, that's why I fear for groups like NewJeans and stuff like that, because it's all fun and games until people start pulling ahead and becoming the front runner. Then it becomes uncomfortable, because then you're disrupting the hierarchy. And
Mm,
if you're like, because the thing is, there's like, there's some groups like standums that I would like never expect to have been like bitter about BTS and their success, but they kind of showed their asses back in the day, and I feel like that's a truth. Now, does that excuse BTS's fandom being nasty and doing certain things? No. But I feel like we can acknowledge both, because at the end of the day, I don't know, when you close your internet, when you close your laptop, the internet's gone or whatever. But it's just like, I always thought this was a very silly, childish thing to do. And I feel like
mm.
it's very
Hmm?
funny, because, oh no, I just always thought it was funny, because it would be like, you know, Army would be like, "Oh, BTS, they don't really even talk about Big Bang like that anymore. I think they hate them, and they think they're stinky losers." And then Big Bang fans would be like, "Actually, here are all the receipts of BTS literally saying that they want to be able to
Dang.
breathe oxygen if Big Bang hadn't, been born." And then BTS fans would be like, "Sis, you're kind of obsessed. Why are you so obsessed with BTS idolizing Big Bang? It's because it makes it relevant." Like, it's the pettiest back and forth. Get a room. Anyway, so
Mm.
that's the Gagiana for me. But yeah. All right. Let's jump into the chat.
Hmm?
Let's jump into the chat, because I feel like everyone's saying stuff. Um let's see. A Daisy. Yes, this is here we go. Heavy sigh. Yeah. D Walker says, "Hey, D Walker. That happens because of the no signal scandal with Top and his family. The show they did, VIPs were very mean. BTS have always loved Big Bang." Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. And I think that, okay, I feel like people gaslight every which way. Like, I feel like some people do sometimes gaslight armies and act like there wasn't a period where, like, if you whispered the word BTS, there weren't like 50 K-pop stands that were ready to tell you what's wrong. But also, there was a moment where fans were just very nasty and arrogant as well. So I just feel like nobody will ever acknowledge their own fandom stank, because it's always justified
Oh,
when
you
it's
know.
your own fandom. But yeah. See, this is why stands make it hard for idols to talk to each other. Dang,
Yeah.
that's so
I wish they
true.
would just do it.
That's true.
Anyway, just to prove them wrong so they can get over it. Just pull the band-aid off.
That's true. I'll literally be talking to everyone. I'm like,
Yeah.
if you want
Out in the open, I'd be like, dispatch, get this picture. Right over here. I'm talking with my enemy or whatever. You
to,
know? We're gonna
um,
do a song together, actually. We're recording it right now.
D Walker says, however, Hitman Bang created BTS on one time YG group that came out before Big Bang. I mean, even if that's true though, the actual individual members being inspired by BTS or Big Bang, that doesn't change, right? Like, it's like
Hmm.
their own, who they looked up to, who they chose to like watch and aspire to be and stuff like that. Which, again, I don't think it was only Big Bang. I mean, they've talked about other inspirations, like literally the rap line has a whole list of rappers that they like. So it's not like everyone's saying like literally, and I think that's a lot of the nuance too. Like, I do think that there are like VIPs that are just like, literally everything that BTS is Big Bang, but shittier. Not shittier, but that kind of thing. So I'm not here to say that, but I do think it's weird, because it's like, no matter how you slice it, you can't change what people's inspiration were or what people's past were. And it's very weird to feel like you want to or should have to.
Yeah.
Um Hwasung, hey, how you doing? God, I hate that. Armies keep trying to deny that big BTS are other idols for no reason. They've done it to VIX too, claiming they didn't know who they are. I feel like that was people being, because the thing is, what I've noticed is that there's some people that it's fine, but other people that it's like that people don't like, and it's not a monolith. It depends who you're talking. Like some people are fine that they collabed with like Nicki like 3 years ago. Other people hated that. You know what I mean? It's not a monolith. But
Yeah.
I feel like there's definitely some other groups that it gets more backlash than others.
Yeah.
Um, Leanne says it must be so hard for stans to make entirely false narratives about people they would never meet and cling to them no matter how much there is in the contrary. Yeah, it's really weird. Like there was this tweet that I saw, and maybe I'm missing some of the context, but it was like I think I told you about it. It was like a video of like Wan Young. I think she was hosting some end of the year award show, and like she like I guess she's just kind of on stage with like the other idols, and then she goes up to Sakura and is like I guess trying to pull her to the front. Yeah, trying to pull up to the front to like dance or something, and like Sakura is kind of just like kind of just like what? Yeah, and then like moves her away. Much. Yeah, and then people are just there's somebody who quoted and they're like, oh my god, not even her former bandmates f's with Wan Young. And I'm like, just say you do not like the girl. Don't try to bring now. Why bring Sakura into this, huh? Like, like stop with this narrative. It's like just because you don't. Because the thing is, and I think I mentioned it. It's funny because now when people see that same clip that you're saying is proof that Sakura doesn't like Wan Young, and they flip it and they're like, wow, Sakura is bullying not Wan Young by like blowing her off when she's trying to interact with her. Then suddenly you're gonna be like, wait. But according to you, she don't mess with like, you know what I mean? Just stop saying, stop creating narratives for people you don't know.
Yeah.
I say that. I am like constantly doing that as a gag, the Gagiana.
It's all a joke.
Not funny, haha, but funny weird. Yeah, true. Jimin is close to Kai from EXO. I remember when that was like people, and when he was close to Taemin, and like people were like, wait, my calculations. It's like what calculations?
That's some big hit. How does that work out? Doesn't make any sense.
Like maybe not on Wattpad, but here in the real world it does. Like, what do you mean?
On Wattpad, everything works on Wattpad. Let's be honest.
Daisy says, yes, it's all fun and games till the new group comes from your safe spot. I mean, I've seen it happen so many times. That people are fun and this group's fun and cute and oh my gosh, so great. But then they start getting kind of too big and then people are like, whoa, we need to humble them. It's very weird. Or my favorite thing is when people use the old target to taunt the new target. Like they were like, we hated this person, but we hate this person more. So now we're going to use this person we just hated to shit on the new target.
Yeah.
Very toxic.
That's funny. That's so true that people do that.
That's like, didn't you just hate her on Thursday? But now, what's going on?
It's like, now she sounds amazing. Did you not hear?
Exactly. It's like,
I cleaned my ears.
What's going on? Oh, wait, did I read this one? D Walker says, I've seen fandoms be cool until one group has too many hits. Then the so true. So true. Royally Princess says, I'm the same way too, Jay, but honestly, if I listen to enough of an artist's music, I like all the members. I would label myself the fandom name. I mean, that's so true, but I feel like it means so many, like being a insert fandom name. It means so many things. Like for me, I think liking the music should be enough, but then like people will be like, oh, did you see the last, live stream? I'm like, no. And then it's just like, oh. Like, oh.
I saw my eyelids. That's what I did. I went to sleep.
They're like, I'll take my things. And I'm like, those are my things. And like, they're my things now. But yeah, Andre says, like, if I ever become famous, I'm telling my fans straight up, be kind to my faves or put it in jail.
Just send out a list. Just tweet it out.
A newsletter.
Like, you cannot hate on this person, this person, this person, this person. And if you do, I'm stopping music forever.
D Walker says Big Bang was very influential. I think Army became vicious after the fraud court case. Was that the one when people
Fraud.
were accusing them of
Oh,
Sejigi and Big had to go to court? Perhaps
oh.
I'm team armies are trauma because not remembering all the things, it was kind of ridiculous. I mean, yeah.
I feel like there's only two things. Isn't
I
that
mean,
it?
it was the
What
plagiarism, it was
else
that no
happened?
signal, it was the constant Sejigi, it was the every time they like got like sold more, they became public enemy number one of like a new
That's
group.
every
But I
group.
feel like it was so ugly. Like, here's the thing. You're right. It does happen. But I feel like that doesn't downplay the fact that it happened to BTS. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like every
Yeah, but
time
like then everybody has trauma. Every big
everyone have
group
trauma, probably.
has trauma.
Um,
But then,
but yeah, I
yeah,
definitely think like depending on who you stand, it matters because like for example, if you
true.
don't care about BTS, then all that trauma is irrelevant, and you're like suck it up. But then like if you're a Jennie fan, you're like you guys need to appreciate her. You need to because you know, or if you're like that's like the new thing I see. Like every time there's like a thing about Wan Young getting a lot of hate, there'll be a bunch of people being like, but Jennie, but this person, but this, but Susie, but the blah blah, and it's like, yes, yes, it was all shitty but like you know but it's like I feel like some people like I don't know play like oppression Olympics with their fave the hate that their fave get. I don't know, I have a whole
Mm,
theory about how like some fans glorify struggle and hate like as like
oh
a
yeah,
commodity and it's really weird.
they make it seem like it makes you a better artist or
Yeah,
something.
a better
Sometimes and it's
artist.
like, no, it's not what you need all the time.
Yeah, that's
It's not the
weird.
key.
Yeah, like there's like this whole thing like when there's a girl group member getting a lot of hate, they're like, you guys are just solidifying that they're the new it girl, or this is proof they're the new it girl. And I'm like, isn't that so ugly that you have to have people who are obsessively hate like negative towards you and hate you to be considered the new it girl? Like, why can't you just
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of scary. Um Leanne says, it's so funny to me because K-pop fandoms will be going World War III with each other. Meanwhile, their faves are getting drinks together. Yeah. Very silly. And that's what I'm saying. Log off. Like, don't be worried. Don't be worried about what
Yeah.
who your faves is geeking with.
Especially because you probably will never meet them.
Exactly.
No offense.
Not the no offense. No offense. Except
I
me.
don't want to hurt
I'll meet all
them.
my faves. Just
That's
kidding.
okay.
I'll
You
meet all
know,
my
it was for
faves.
you. That's why I said that. I was actually looking you in the eyes as I said that.
No. Um, but yeah. Um, well, that's it. I thought this would be more
That's
controversial.
all, folks.
That's all. Oh wait, I'm getting a breaking
Oh no.
news. Reporting live, it's Jaws with the.
Shuminette. Shuminot. Minute. Minute. Wow,
Um,
sugar. I mean, you know what? He can be part of it too.
another sugar moment. All right, what did Shumine do for us this? Because I did
Nothing.
not receive the
Yeah,
check. I did not receive the spousal support check. So I'm just
he's
wondering.
still working on it. He's working on it. The only thing that I have is that he apparently Hyungwon from Monster X did like a live.
I'm
Was it
sorry.
his birthday?
Um,
I don't even
I
know.
think
I
so.
don't
It
know
says
what that
happy
is.
birthday in the back. I think HBD.
That's what I thought. Okay, well, he did that, and he brought up that somebody asked if he exchanged numbers with Schumann because they're gonna be in that new drama that Schumann's gonna be in
Mm-hmm.
called like I forgot what it's called. Boston? No, Idol Mart. There we go. I think it was Idol Mart. No,
Oh
no,
yeah,
Boston Mart. Wow. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the show. And so he basically said, yeah, of course, and said that Schumann was way, way kinder than he thought, and it was a really fun guy. So
Aww.
that's my only thing that I have for Schumann.
But you
But
have
you know, he's
another
making friends,
podcast
he's
boy.
making connections.
Yeah, I think that's really
Oh yeah.
cute. I wanted to
And
say
then
that sorry, I wanted to apologize real quick to Hyungwon fans because this is a horrible screenshot I took. Um I'm not.
You should have put the one that I put. That little
That-
that meme is so
It's
hilarious.
so iconic.
That's all I will ever see him as. I'm just sipping that Starbucks, like,
What an
yeah.
iconic
Anyway,
individual. Anything else?
for Schumann, no, nothing. But for Wendy,
A Wend moment.
she released. Well, I don't know if she released it, but there's like a clip that's on Twitter of her singing with Melamance, and they're gonna have a new SM station on the 26th, so that's gonna be out. And they sang a little bit of it, and they sounded really good, as per usual. Wendy's great. Melamance is also great, so look out for that. It is a ballad, but vocals. So
Is Mellowmance a duo?
I think so. Yeah, I think one plays the piano because only one guy was singing in the clip, at least.
Yeah. Bobogan Samchugi type of situation. Or I think they both sing actually, but the one girl was like the lead.
Mm.
All right. Okay, that was it for the shoe minute. Time to go to the boom, 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 boom,
Oh,
boom, 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 boom. This ain't not my sound, that must have been that sound. Wait a minute, girl sent you hallelujah, girl sent you
I feel like you just
kansuya.
like mix like so many parts together into one part.
What do you mean? This is the theme song. This is an original song.
Okay, keep going. No.
Girl sent you Kyungsuya. Oh, girl sent you
Oh,
Kyungsuya. Oh, girl sent you Kyungsuya. Cause Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Okay. Enough of that. The mixtape will drop, next month. So look out for that. All right. Moving on to the Kyung second. So, Dio, usually he gives us crumbs when it comes to singing. But he said, the girl's gonna eat this weekend. So, last week we had talked about how he's turning 65. And so for his 60th birthday party, he decided to...
So wait. He's sorry. He turned 65, but it's his 60th birthday.
Listen, it's adding
The math isn't
It's
mathing.
Korean
I'm so
age,
sorry.
okay?
Oh, you had 5 years now. Whoa.
But yeah.
No wonder they're abolishing it, apparently. I'm like, whoa, that's too much.
So for his 331st birthday party, he decided to have a little get together, a shindig, if you will, with his closest homegirls. All right, invite only, but I got the tea from pictures I found on Twitter. But still, so he had a fan meet birthday situation. Apparently this is the first one he had. So you know how like when the coex Artium or Atrium, whatever the hell it's called, that thing open and SM like individuals would have like birthday fan parties with their fans.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently he never did one. This is the first one, like type of just his fans for his birthday he's done. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, I know.
Like, he doesn't do that much.
Yeah, but
besides acting.
Yeah, I was gonna say. But yeah, so here's his picture. Or what the hell?
Oh, Wendy. Oh, wait, go back.
Here are some pictures from the show. Here's the cake I made him. Just kidding. Here's some stuff that I forgot to read the translation for, but I did see his MBTI Myers-Briggs personality test is ENTJ, and I think,
which I still think is a lie.
What does this mean?
I remember he's an extrovert.
Oh.
He just doesn't seem. He's an extrovert. I forget what N is. He's thinking,
An extrovert?
And he's. What's J again?
Joyous.
Is that Judge?
Joyous. It's oh happy day. It means you sing oh happy day a lot.
Oh gosh, I mean I don't think he's ever saying that, so that's interesting.
You wash my sins away.
Oh gosh, it's in my ear. Oh no.
Some ASMR for you. Some ASMR for the girls. But yeah. N is intuition. Is it really intuition?
Yeah, it's intuition. And I never understand the difference between like what sensing and intuition is.
I think sensing is when you feel it. Like you feel it with like
But isn't that feeling?
No, but feeling is more like you feel it with here. Like sensing is you feel it here. And then intuitions, you feel it like in the armpit region to maybe
Oh,
the
okay. You feel
cranial
more
shoulders.
inside.
Yeah, you feel
That's
it.
what the
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So a lot
I
of
get
people don't
it.
know that. So I think it's important.
Yeah.
It's important information. That being said, I actually have 2, if not 3 letters that are the same as his. So I don't know if that means I'm also going to become a world famous K-pop star.
But can I guess what you are?
Yeah, sure. Hold
You
on.
said 2?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh gosh.
Let me make sure. You're saying, oh gosh, but you asked to guess.
I know. And I set myself up. I do that a lot. Okay. You have 2?
Myers Diggs. Hold on, let me see if I can actually find it. Because watch me not even know. Briggs. Myers.
I feel like you're INFJ.
INFJ. Let me see. Okay. This better show me the actual, because it shows me, like, you know how they all have like the like you can like have like the blah blah the blah. Okay, what was it?
INFJ.
INFJ. So you got the N and F correct, but
Oh, okay.
I am ENFP.
Wow, you're an extrovert?
Oh my god,
Look
yeah,
at
maybe I'm
you.
not. I don't know.
Look, no, you can be an extrovert.
No,
I don't know.
I'm probably not one.
No, I don't know how people.
You're right.
You took the test, so obviously that means you're an extrovert.
But that's
I am an introvert all the time. I've taken this test like 10 different times. I am an introvert.
I don't. The thing is, I don't trust myself because, like, you know, when it's like, do you think or do you rock? It's like, oh, I rock.
Yeah.
I rock. I swear, like, you know. But you know, you stink. You know, that kind of thing. Like, you just try to make it sound good. That's why. But I think also, Hwasong. How did you? That was very close. Wait, ENF. Yeah, you were right on the whatever the nose. But it's called a campaigner. But apparently, other celebrities who are also this are RM, Robin Williams.
Oh, look at you.
Which is, yeah, we're the same age. Am I him? Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
Are you him? What is going on?
I wish I could be someone else for the day.
Oh gosh.
Freaky Saturday. Robert Downey Jr. So, Russell Brand, whoever that may be, Will Smith, Ellen DeGeneres, Michael Scott from The Office.
Ellen DeGeneres?
Apparently. But yeah.
I'm trying to remember what I am.
Yeah, can you look it up?
I'm trying to see if like my sister sent it to me. She did not.
What are y'all in the chat?
Well,
although I won't know what it means.
I know I'm an introvert. That's all I know.
I'm an introvert.
I think I'm ISTP. I think that's what I am.
So that's introvert, sensing. Driver, pull up the partition, please. What if that was what he was? Partition. Partition, as in driver, pull up the partition, please. But what are y'all like? Yeah, that's an interesting thing too, because I was talking to my coworker about this, and she was saying, "Yeah, I did mine like some years ago, but I think it probably changed over time." I didn't know you could change over time. I thought you were kind of just stuck, like your whole.
Are you supposed to change? Okay, good, because I've changed. I think this was my last one, but I think I started off as INTJ.
What is T?
Thinking.
Oh, is that like more rational person?
What is the other one? Is thinking or
thinking? I think or
feeling. Oh yeah, because I think a lot. I think a lot.
Thinking or
I
thinking.
think too much.
I mean, that's a good thing though.
Is it though?
I think it can be a good thing because rationality sometimes is what you need to like not get yourself into like dangerous situations.
But then I also don't do anything.
Oh,
because then I overthink.
I mean, there's that, but you know, I feel like everything's a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
But okay, so Royally Princess is INFP. Daniel
feelers here.
You're like, oh.
Feelings.
Feeling.
Disgusting.
Hwasong is INTJ. What is J again? Joyous?
Judging.
Oh, judging. As in,
Joyous.
or like as
Like
in,
I'm judging you.
really?
I'm kidding. I don't know.
Oh.
Let me see. Let's see
They're
a
like
picture.
judgmental. Um,
It says prefer to leave your options open. Oh wait, no, that's perceiving. Prefer to have matters
breastfeeding? What?
settled. Think rules and deadlines should be respected. Prefer to
Oh,
have detailed step-by-step instructions. Make plans. Want to know what you're getting into. I feel like that's me. Hold on.
I was gonna say, I
Something's
think that's
up.
me too.
Maybe I'm ISTJ.
I think, yeah, let's
I
just like,
don't know.
you know what? Forget the test. If you feel like switching one of your letters, just go ahead and do it. It's 2023. It is
Go based on
2023.
your feelings.
Yeah.
Like, how are you
It's
feeling that day?
2023. In fact, change your zodiac sign too. I'm a Gemini now. Who's gonna tell me different?
You're zodiac. Heck? Oh no.
I'm a Taurus now too, Jazz. What? All right, you can't claim Taurus, the whole Taurus nation.
That I'm a Libra.
Dang, that kind of okay. I'm going back to Libra. I've been with
Yeah.
Libra too long. But yeah. Tal says, I'm actually an introvert rising and thinking mood.
Honestly, they do give you that what's it called?
Oh,
the percentage that you are.
Yeah.
I think I was completely introvert. Like it was just like my sister took it from me. I still remember this. She took it from me to see like what she thinks I would answer.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally, I kid you not, like 90% introvert. I was like, what did you do? Did you just answer that I just live in a cave the whole entire time? I was like,
She's never actually spoken to me.
But not 90%, like dang.
Now that you say
I don't
that,
see anybody.
Now that you say that, I actually think my extrovert was very small. I mean, there was a small margin between my introvert and extrovert. I'm just like, I'm complicated. Like, I'm complicated.
Okay.
I
all right, Debbie Ryan.
I'm a complicated girl.
Let's go on. Oh gosh.
But yeah, so we are introvert rising, yandere sun, and
oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Is there a test for that? I really want to find.
Probably.
Also, that would be scary. You're a yandere rising or sun or whatever.
But rising is what you think you are on a Wednesday or whatever. It's like that. Like
specifically, every other day is your fallen sign. I don't even know.
I swear that's what they said. It's like rising is what you think you are.
Yeah, and the other one's how people perceive you.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, close my laptop, throw it out the window. But yeah, so one of the things though that was really exciting about this birthday party was the fact that was the fact that he actually sang songs like there, and I think now the Kyung Disciples are gonna clock me because maybe he's performed it somewhere else, but I think this is the first time he performed live Rose and I'm gonna love you, I think that's what's called, from his album that he released last year, because for some reason he's not trying to give us live performances unless they're in the notes, the voice notes for some reason. But he also performed other older EXO songs. He performed New Yeon Village by Baekhyun, and by performed he was just kind of like, some of them were actually full performances, some of them were just kind of singing them. He did Through the Night by IU, and it was really cute and fun. So yeah, thank you for giving us snaps. Thank you for giving us scraps. Oh, one of the things that I wanted to point out that I completely missed about that Suga topic, when Suga interviewed Taeyang, there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. Dang, can we backtrack?
No.
Can we do the Suge second?
Anyway, moving on.
Can we do the Suge night?
Comebacks. Okay. Now. Oh gosh.
The Suge night. Sorry, there's a couple things. So I did want to mention that it was really, really funny because like he was talking about Suga was like, he was like, oh my god, my king. But he was like, yeah, one of the things I think about is like, I wonder if I could produce a song for you. Like I could just call you up. And I was like, see, this is why mama stay employed. He's always looking for opportunities. He was in the middle of an opportunity and he was like, let me get another one. When are you free, Tang? When?
Whenever I see him doing stuff like that, I will always remember that Weekly Idol episode of him being like, "Yeah, I made you guys this song," and they're like, "Turn that off,
So
trash,"
me, I felt
basically.
so bad. But he is a hustler. He said someone
He's
eating free.
smart, but that was just so
Yeah, I was
funny.
gonna say that was honestly really smart and bold for like such a new
Yeah.
idol to be like, hey, because if that would have worked and they weren't like, shut, you know, he could have had a song that plays
I
on
mean, they probably
Weekly.
listen. I'm hoping they listened to it after.
He turned it
They
on
were
and they
just
were
doing it
like,
for a bit.
they're like, wait, can we get some
They're like, "It's
earplugs?
great." Yeah. Uh-huh.
I was like, dang. But yeah, so Kyungsoo stays employed. We already knew this. Okay. So moving on to the Suge Sprinkle. I love that. Also, hey Andy, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Next on, we're moving to the infamous segment Flop or Bop. Flop, flop, flop. Flop, 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 flop. I'll work on that.
Wow.
So for the first wait, what were you gonna say?
No, I just said, "Wow."
Oh, thank you. You're impressed?
That's it. Good or bad, I'll leave that up to you to know or think about.
Only you can prevent forest fires. All right, moving
Oh
on.
gosh.
So one Miss Twice Crispy Treat said, "These girls, these English language song singles, y'all ain't doing it up. So we have to come back and show y'all how to do it." And they dropped a Moonlight Sunrise. Now they've had songs that were like, if not a majority or if not completely in English, a majority in English, like outside the fields. But I think this is what they're saying is like kickstarting like it's like a pre-release English track for I guess an English language something that they're releasing. I actually don't know the details around it, but regardless, they dropped Moonlight Sunrise. And well, I'll let you start because it seems like you had like a lot of good points and notes. So what did we think about this new Twice single?
Let me tell you, I forgot what I wrote. I wrote a lot. Like, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, cite
What
your
was I
sources.
doing?
Emily,
The
what?
heck? Hold on, I gotta read it. Oh, what? It scrolled. Okay, so I said it's all right. You can hear the improvement like in their pronunciation because I feel like
Oh yeah.
and all, like some of those songs sometimes it's harder to understand, but like I feel like their pronunciation was like really you can just hear the improvement.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized that the chorus it reminded me of something that I heard before, and then I googled it, and I saw that people were comparing it to "Levitating" by Dua Lipa, and I was like, oh, maybe
Mm.
that's it. And then someone also said it kind of was like "Sweetest Pie," which I think another part of the song, not the chorus, sounds like "Sweetest Pie" to me. I think like the bridge,
Mm-hmm.
and "The Sweetest Pie" by Dua Lipa and Megan Thee Stallion, and I like both of those songs. So I was like, I do like this song. It's very different than what they usually do, though.
Yeah, I
Like
like it.
definitely different.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely from a what is it, title track standpoint. I feel like they've had songs somewhat similar to this, a little, maybe not as retro R&B. I don't know what you would call this type kind of sound, but it kind of reminds me. They have a song called like Moonlight on I think it was the Scientist album. That I honestly thought that's what this song was, and I was like, yes, reuse this track because it was a bop. But it was very like jazzy like this. It was very Jazzy Faye. Remember Jazzy Faye
Mhm.
product shizzle?
This
Jazzy
is a
Fizzle?
Jazzy Faye product shizzle.
A Jazzy Fizzle product shizzle. Wow.
Miss Say, the
Princess
princess
is
is
here.
here.
See, this
This
beat
beat
is
is
automatic,
automatic,
supersonic,
supersonic, hip,
not
not
a
it,
funky
funky,
fresh.
fresh.
All right.
Good
We're
times.
millennials, guys. But yeah, it was really catchy, and yeah, when I read your note about it sounding like Sweetest Pie, I was like, yes, and that actually kind of made me like, ooh, because I actually think I really really like it, and like again, it didn't reinvent the wheel, but I feel like it's easy on the ears. It's really nice. They all sound really good, to the point that I feel like it could catch on. Like if they're trying to like make this like an effort based push, towards like the American market or whatever market, like I feel like this is a good song choice. But I think because we just had the Sweetest Pie, it's just gonna get Sweetest Pie comparisons and people saying, oh, this is Sweetest Pie or whatever. I mean, who knows? There's a lot of songs that even like sound like in like this song and like Sweetest Pie that done fine.
yeah.
I honestly thought it sounded a bit like a Doja Cat. Like it gave me that Doja Cat like this, like that, just the way
Okay.
vibe. And people like both like that and Sweetest Pie. But I feel like in terms of like targeting the American market, if that's what this is like the aim to do, I definitely think it's a better effort than the Feels. Because here's the thing, I think the Feels are catchy, and actually the Feels did chart on the Billboard Hot 100 for a week or whatever, but I didn't really think that it was gonna gain any traction like and like climb the Billboard charts. But I feel like this has a chance too. But I wish it was like released before Sweetest Pie or something like that, because I feel like people are just gonna say Sweetest Pie knockoff or whatever. But I think it's so funny because after when I was reading that, Taeyang did her rap, and literally it sounds kind of like Megan Thee Stallion, the way she's kind of rapping a little like it like not that she's like the cadence of it. I don't know, because I feel like I hadn't heard her rap like that before, but it was like giving like it was a bit deeper, and it was a bit like it reminded me a bit of a Megan flow. So that was quite funny, or that was quite coincidental. But they looked it good. They looked it good. Do you remember that? They looked it good. Remember?
That sounds familiar.
When that guy was like, they looked it good.
Oh yeah, but yeah. I do know what you're talking
what an icon. I hope he's doing well, sir. You made my life. I love you, sir. Will you have my hand
made your life?
Will you have my hand in marriage, sir? But yeah, overall I really, really liked it. I think it's cute. I think it's flirty. I think it's fun. I definitely think like they're serving looks. It's what everyone wants to see. All right, we want to see looks, we want to see fashion, we want to have a cute song we can bop to with our friends in the car, okay? And it's served on all those levels. So if we had to say numerically, what would you give it? You're like a 2?
No. I'd say 7.
Ooh, okay, that's on the higher side. Is it going into the rotation? Are you adding it to a playlist?
I'm thinking about it. I probably will.
Oh, okay. I definitely think like this is that gives me like there's songs that like I like for the aesthetic they make me feel. Like you know, like if you're like like when you're doing makeup or something, you can like be influenced by like, the music you're listening to or what you're watching, whatever. Like I feel like sometimes I'm just trying to get into like a mood, and this would definitely be in my like fun, flirty, about to go out with my friends, or like you know, like that kind of playlist, and it's like really, really perfect. And that's why I really like these like easy listen songs, because I feel like you can just kind of pop them on. It puts you in a mood, gives you a vibe, which I really, really like. So, I would say I would give it like an 8.5. It's like that's the thing. That's very high for a song that I'm saying is listenable, listenable at best. But I just feel like this songs like this are like very much my aesthetic in my wheelhouse. So even if they are like the basics of this song, I feel like it will always be highly rated for me, because it's the music I like to hear. It's like the chord progressions I like to hear. It's the melodies I like to hear. So that's kind of my rationale. Also it's twice, so I'm not getting my once card taken.
So just get like 2 points for that.
For existing.
Automatic 2 points.
Okay, so y'all, I've been trying to incorporate a meh, but the thing is,
she hasn't.
No, with polls on Twitter, no, not Twitter, polls on whatever this is in chat, you can only have 2 options.
That sounds false.
It's true.
I feel like that's false. I feel like you're lying. What if I Google this right now?
It's true. Oh my God. Wait, everyone's giving it high scores.
Wow. Whoa.
Okay, sis.
I'm dropping it. I'm giving it a 6 to even it out. You know,
God.
I'm kidding.
You're like,
it's gonna be a 4.
Not it being worse. All right, guys, I just dropped the poll. I put flop and meh on the same line.
But that's...
I'll just calculate it as a flop, though, if you... No, just kidding.
Well, I mean, that's how it seems like. I don't know
it's a
about
bop.
that.
Um, what?
I think I accidentally clicked flop because I just looked at
Use the
it.
quotation marks around
So
accidentally.
you just
Prompt.
subtract 1 from that. That was so I think I was just mesmerized by the men. And it was just like, yeah.
Mesmerized by the men. My new fragrance at Sephora.
That was my bad. Whoops.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Leanne says, if I speak, I'm in big trouble. Listen, this is a safe space, Leanne.
Trash it. Just say it.
Tell you too if we
say it's trash.
There may be backlash. Absolutely not.
Say your ears bled just from listening to it,
No. I mean,
fine.
you guys are free to
It's a safe space. No, don't let them. Don't say that. Let them say what they want. If it's that their ears bled or they can't hear anymore because they're. I mean, it's probably not that bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because it's not like the song is horrendous, so I feel like the worst would be like it's boring or something, or it's crusty or something. Royally, that's what I'm saying. It sounded like a Meg Thee Stallion. Like her voice was a bit deeper. It was like a flow that made like a da 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 da. Like we have to hey, yo. She literally started saying a hip hop. Imagine.
Is that what she said?
Like, and we're gonna say everybody. And we're gonna say everybody. But yeah. We're at the crossroads. All right, I'm gonna end the poll here before the flop catches up. And we're gonna say this is As Told by Ginger, a certified.
Someone once told me the grass was much greener
on the other side.
But I paid a visit.
Y'all spoken. Y'all said it was a
missed it.
It's different than exactly the same.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Down. Nope, wrong one.
Still further notice.
Stamp on it. La.
Stamp on it. Oh, sorry.
What?
Every time I hear this song, there's another song that came out from the SMCU Palace album that they released called Priority. It is so good. Like it is like who's in it? It's Winter, Changmin from TVXQ, and Taeyang, and it is so like it's just such a nice little vibe.
Did they perform it somewhere?
It's like make me your priority. Just make me. It's like so good. And then the key change twice. The second one catches me each time. It's so good. Such a good song.
I can already hear Changmin be like at some point.
Oh, and then Taeyang comes in and does like a run. Like she belts it. I was like, oh my gosh, Taeyang, like what? I need more stuff like that. I was like, they should have saved that for this album so I can hear Wendy, Taeyang, and Winter doing it. That would have been good.
Ooh. Listen, if we have another golden trio, then I need to listen to that. But Royal's saying that it's everything, and so it's hot
so
and cold.
good.
I gotta listen.
I need to hear hot and cold. I don't think I added that.
Okay, Andy says, okay, but before everyone trashes this song, hear me out. I actually quite like it.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say I liked it. So
I was gonna say I think I'm just like their whole vibe. They've sold me. I really like it. I feel like it's very, very like I don't know. It's always like weird, trappy, just whatever. But I feel like I think it really relies on like the good vocalists just being like, let's just sing and go from there, which is always really, really nice. But I feel like it's always has this really like it's very similar to Step back.
Yeah.
But
silly girl.
I actually think that this song is not as catchy, but it's still very, very good. But I really liked it.
Yeah, I think it's not as catchy, but I actually think I like this more somehow.
Oh wow, really?
I think it grew on me after hearing it a couple of times. Like it's just like I like the background noise. That like Big Bang.
Yeah, it's very catchy.
That weird sound in the background. It just sounds so cool. And they're like when they do the dance, when they're like, put your stamp on it.
Yeah, I love that. I really like
And
that.
then I like the baby, 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 baby. And then yeah, that is like the whole song, I think.
Yeah. It
I'm
has
just gonna list every part of the song.
You're like,
and then I like this, and then I sing the whole song.
Yeah. From 1 second to 3 seconds, and then from 4 seconds to 9 seconds.
Exactly. That's when it really goes in.
But yeah. I also want to say, Miss Karint, she was killing those bangs. She looked really good in that one scene.
Oh yeah.
Bangs. I was like, all right.
There's like they did a performance. Oh, I think they did on Mnet, and I was like, she looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Karina, whoever styled you, they knew.
Yeah, they're like, you're gonna stand out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think I would give it maybe like a 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, that seems right. 7.5. I like it more than the Twice one.
Oh. I think the podcast is gonna end here then.
As it should, because I dropped the mic with facts.
Wait, I forget what page we were on. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see what people are saying. The lyrics of this song aren't it, LOL, but this was weird, addictive quality. Okay, was I the only thing very confused as to what the lyrics were about?
I did not read the lyrics, so what is it? Just put your stamp on it? Like you're stamping your name on stuff? Like you own this? That's what I assumed it was supposed to be about. Like you like own it.
Well, that's what I thought. It was like, this is my man, and I'm finna stamp on it. Like, because they always, for some reason,
it's about a guy.
I mean, I don't know, because it was giving like got the beat. Always think we're trying to steal their man. So I'm just like, I'm sorry for what I've done.
I feel so bad because like literally they only had one song before this, and that was the only song that said it. And then suddenly everyone's like, "This is what they are."
Well, I mean, it might as well be because the song is so. But I might be completely wrong because I didn't get what they were getting at when I was reading the lyrics on the music video. So maybe I should have read a lyric video or something. But I was like, I swear, got the beat. I'm not trying to see your man wherever he is. Please let me live.
Stamp on it. You'll know if it's their man because they stamp on it.
Yeah, that's true. It will have all of their names just all over him. Andy says, and the vocals are amazing as always, and that's on period. Royally Princess says, I love the bridge. I wish that part was part of the whole song. I remember liking the bridge too, but I'm struggling to remember what it sounded like, but I know it was Wendy Taeyang and Noah who sang it, right?
Like I hear like everything else. The ooh keeps coming to my head. But oh
my gosh. This is okay, I was gonna say
they were belting. And that
I know, right? That's all
that was the bridge.
10s from Andre. Andy as 8. D Walker a little lower at 6, saying the song sound unfinished. I feel like they love that really deconstructed, messy sound. I feel like that's their thing, though. But I can definitely see what you're saying. Hwasong says 9. Okay, y'all are rating this higher than Moonrise. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm banning y'all. I'm just kidding.
Are they? This one got a 6. I don't think Moon is that what it's called?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Moonlight Sunrise.
That's true. Oh wait.
Moonlight Sunrise. Moonlight Sunrise.
What is this? Phantom of the Opera remix?
Exactly.
8-inch vinyl. Okay, so this is, forget a day song, all right? Forget number 1 on Melon. Forget a pack. The real question is, are you rated a flop or bop on the Sleepy Idol podcast? Stamp on it.
Or meh.
Flop
or meh.
We gotta keep it flop or bop because we like to get a little spicy here. All right, y'all. I'm gonna ask away, and as we do that, I'm gonna queue up for Yane. Actually, let's start talking about Yena as y'all vote. Okay, so one that we have a soloist. We love to do them sometimes. We had Yena. She released her 3rd single. Because I think Smartphone was a single. Yeah. So her third single as a soloist, Love War. Now, this was very interesting. Jazz, you can talk first because I think I talked last time. I don't know. Since you're since you wrote your notes first, you can go first about what you think
Um,
about Love. Featuring Bo.
I have less to say because I have to listen to the song because I don't really. Um, even though I did put this song on this list,
You're like, what is
but
this?
I did like I like the overall vibe of the song. I thought that the love war part was a little repetitive, but
Mm-hmm.
like I like the how the song was. It's like very evening-y type of
Mm-hmm.
sound from what I remember.
Yeah, I definitely like it too. I think it was like, wait, let me look. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like trying to play it because I'm like, did I say the right thing?
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I had to like remind myself as well. But yeah, I really like this song. I think it's like very like a smooth jazzy song, very easily listenable. Didn't
Mm.
really reinvent the wheel, but I actually really love some of the stuff like melody wise that she does in the chorus. One of the things I really really like, because I thought that was funny that you mentioned that you like the love war part is really repetitive, because I actually really really like it. I love the
I
like
realized that you said that. I was like, she's out here saying the opposite thing.
yeah, so I'm
She's
gonna
trying
kill
to make me
you.
look dumb. Okay.
But yeah, I thought I really really liked it, and I especially like the lover and love war play on words. I thought that was really
Mm.
clever, and I thought that sounded really really cool, like juxtapositions next to each other. Yeah, I think overall like it's my style, very much down my alley. But I will say, because hold on, how old is Yena? Because
It's
one of
like
the
20.
20. Okay, she's like a baby.
She's probably older than that.
She's 23. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I remember her being in what's that group?
Eyes one.
Yeah, there we go. She
Mm-hmm.
was actually my favorite for a second
Yeah, I remember. I remember
because
that.
I she's funny.
Yeah. Which is like my kind of thing that I thought was interesting, because so her first two songs were was it Smile or Smiley? Smile, Smiley, Smile or Smiley. So yeah, and then she had Smartphone. And these were very much like punk rock, rocky, kind of like Avril Lavigne girlfriend kind of, very just like upbeat, happy vitamin type music. And of course, like,
Mm.
she's kind of known for being that kind of happy virus, happy vitamin type, having that type personality. So, like, I actually remember at least Smiley. I don't remember how Smartphone did, but I actually remember her winning on a music show for Smiley and people liking that a lot. And so I do wonder how establishing herself with those first two singles as this kind of like happy, go lucky, kind of like energetic, like bunny type, like vibe, and then to do kind of like a 180. Now the thing is, I didn't listen to those mini albums, so I don't know if there's more stuff like this on that song, on those
Mm.
albums, like hidden behind this. But those were the title tracks, so I do find it interesting that it's taking this mature turn. But as a 23-year-old, I can kind of see, I could see a 23-year-old doing the maybe not Smartphone but Smiley differently. But like I could see her maybe wanting to take a more mature route, but I do wonder how that might affect people who liked, the more Smiley Smartphone vibes. And for me, while I do love this, type of like smooth jazzy R&B, like, mature music, I would say that like to me, Smiley, at least Smiley, because I thought that was a very catchy song, stood out more. As in, I don't
Mm.
think many people are doing music like that. Where I think I've heard a lot of songs like what Love War sounds like. So I feel like it lost some of that creative edge. But again, I can see her wanting to do maybe something that's a bit more cooler and mature because she's like
Mm.
23. So that's interesting. 23 going on
That's true.
24. I don't know. Like I hate to
Yeah,
say it, because especially if it was her choice, I don't want to be like, I don't want to fingertips her.
you're already doing it. It's already been
No.
done.
But yeah, that was my kind of consensus. But it's a catchy song, so
Yeah.
um
I'm wondering if like she was trying to go for like a more R&B vibe because of like what's kind of trending
That's so
right now.
true. That is really true. Which again, it's like that would even be more as like a loss of individuality. But I understand going with the trend because it's not necessarily a bad thing. Because R&B music is
Mhm.
great. It's catchy. It's melody, great melodies, great singing and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I feel like that's
But
also
she'd probably be one of the first people to actually go for it after it being more popular now. Because I feel like not a lot of group are like more groups are still like doing their own thing still rather than going to the R&B route.
I guess that's true, but I guess seeing her as a soloist, maybe
Mm.
because I guess she's an idol soloist. There's a lot of people in like K, I don't know if you would call it K hip hop or
Yeah,
K
that's
R
true.
and B that would do
Yeah.
songs like this. Like there's very like haze in them,
Hmm.
type music.
That's true.
But overall, I'd probably give it a. It's like I feel like I can see what you guys mean with meh because meh seems negative, but meh is like a good way to just say it's a, you know, yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
it's there.
And I feel like that's what I feel about Love War because it's catchy, well sung, very pretty melody. I love the melody of the chorus, especially that first line, I guess you would say. But I don't see it as anything to write home about right now. Like it might grow on me. It definitely has growing ability. But yeah. All right. Let's backtrack, lol, to what we thought about Stamp on It. And it's overwhelmingly more so, I noticed, than Moonlight Sunrise. So I will be banning you all from the chat
Well, I
after this.
also accidentally voted wrong
That's
for
true. You
like
did
sunrise.
sabotage twice. So if we factor that
Okay,
in.
well, I was admitting. You know what? In fact, I meant to do that, so keep that.
The truth will set you free. All right. So for Love War, I love how it's like as a oh wait. Reading the chat, Leanne says I liked Love War. It's a not 8 or 9 for me. Ooh, that's pretty high.
Ooh.
Um Hwasong says it's sweet and well done. It's just not my taste, to be honest. Which I feel like I didn't see that. Like it's not a bad sounding track, which I feel like why meh is very
Mhm.
important. D Walker says 7.5. Great sounding track, just wanted a stronger chorus, but this is my vibe. Okay. Um Andre says didn't listen, but from the tidbit that was played made me say I had played a bit because I wanted to remind myself how it sounded.
Oh, you played it like out loud.
It was like this much though. It was like a nanosecond.
Wow.
So Andre's like from that 2 to 3 nanoseconds. But you know what? We
That's
let
all
her
right. I like it.
know. Yeah, I was gonna say this is good. All right, so we are gonna vote. I'm gonna open the poll for Love War, so you guys can start voting on that, and we'll transition to talking about our last song of the day, which is Cotton Candy. But the thing is, I'm fighting with him. This is my enemy. I did not like his character in freaking Reborn Rich. So we kind of scrapping, me and Jin Young, but that's
No, we don't talk about his
okay.
characters. We talk about him, and he is amazing.
All right.
Oh my
So,
gosh, it's so loud. Oops, sorry. I was
oh,
like playing it in
uh,
my ear.
so what did you think about Caught Canned? I like to call it Caught Canned. The fan
Who's
base.
we?
Yeah, the fan base, the Jin Youngites. I don't even know what to
There is no fan base
say.
that says that.
Okay, I'm gonna say you dragging him. There's no fan base that
um.
exists.
So what I thought, I've said that I like it. It's a chill and groovy song.
Ooh.
Um, I thought it was actually perfect for the season, which I know is like the opposite of what you said, which is interesting because you like to read what I say and then say the opposite. But I think it fits the season just because it's like groovy, but it's not like so much fast paced,
Mm-hmm.
like compared to a song like Blooming Day by CBX. I feel like that's like a faster pace, so it makes me feel like I'm moving towards the summer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still like chill.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I said I was gonna add it to my driving playlist, and he looks good as per usual. Cause look at him, looking good as per usual.
She has that with a drooly emoji, y'all.
What? Oh yeah, I did. Yes, and I'll do it. I'll admit it. I still need to listen to the album. I think I listened to one song because I
Mhm.
added the whole album to my playlist, but I only have heard this song come up and another one that I don't remember. It was like I think it was called Animal, and it was like a ballad type song. So,
Mhm.
you know, it
Skip.
was all right. It was a ballad song. He sounded good. That's all.
Okay, I liked it too. I did not know about this release, so when you put it there, I was like, "Oh snap, he's coming out with a solo." I thought it was a very like I feel bad because I keep saying all these songs sound very sweet and cute, but they're all very in the same vein with that kind of like light
uh,
R&B, easy listen type
it's
music.
because it's winter, as it should be. It's not supposed to be hardcore. You start that up in like summer, like when you just like
Listen,
when you want to jam.
to each their own. Because yeah, I thought this would be a better like spring song, but I don't know that it just was giving me
But you're
fever.
wrong. Anyway, I'm kidding.
I will say maybe that's why the outset, like the scenes, for some reason he said, "Let me film this right before it rains." It was looking dreary as hell in that music video in the outside scenes. I was confused. I was like, "Did you have no other shoot days or something?" I was just like, yeah, it was kind of throwing me off. And then also he had this like freaking shirt that was made out of panko crumbs. Did you see that shirt? I was so
What shirt are you talking
I was
about?
a
Wait, hold
jacket.
on.
I said,
What?
why did you roll in eggs, then roll in dough, then roll in egg wash, and then roll in panko
What
breadcrumbs?
jacket? Oh,
Do you see it? I was concerned and
I,
confused.
I actually, I actually thought it looked like popcorn.
Oh, well, that too. I was like, okay. But other than that, it was very, very cute.
Forgot about.
It was cute. I
What
liked it.
is that? It's like chicken feathers. I feel like I didn't try and dwell on it. Now I'm like looking at it hard. Like I paused on it. It's not looking good.
I think it just stood out to me because all the other outfits were very normal, like
And then there's that one.
yeah. I was like, okay, well the breadcrumbs budget was high, I guess, for the shoot, but not the sun budget. I'm confused. Okay, anyway, either way, he did looked it good. He looked it good. No, it sounded good too. But yeah, overall, I think I'll give it a 2.
Wow.
I knew you were gonna say.
And the lies begin. Because it is like impossible for him to have it too. Just by looking at him, he automatically gets a 7. And then you add whatever points you were going to add. So you said 2? He's
not
a not. This is
not
a 9. Thank you
not
for coming to my
immediate
TED Talk.
7. Not an immediate 7. I'm gonna backtrack for a second while we talk about cotton can or go back to Love War. And so when it comes to Love War, y'all said that Love War by a narrowish margin was a bop. Y'all are giving out
Well,
bops like it's water today.
I put meh as a bop.
Oh. That's how we do a meh here. Sorry, Anna. It was Jasmine. All
That
right.
wasn't my fault. I'm upset. I'm one person that wouldn't change the votes.
Yeah, but you were the deciding vote.
Wow. So much power.
Okay, we're gonna vote on cotton candy. All right, flop or bop.
Cotton candy.
Oh, what a great bop of a song. Ugh, iconic. Gossip
Sour
on
candy.
TV. Sour candy. So sweet, but you taste like ice cream. Oh, or some. I forget how it goes. All right. None of y'all listen to the song, so this is gonna be. Oh, wait, no, it's okay. Some of you guys. Okay.
So it's automatically a bop, is what you said?
So just if you didn't listen to it, vote flop
Just put
because
bop.
that just means you perceived it
Bop,
was
bop,
going to
bop,
be a
bop
flop.
to the top. Jin Young belongs up there.
Not this
Zigzag
propaganda. Propaganda. Not this Tropicana. What's going on? All right. So, oh, is that Tropicana?
Hmm?
Is that Tropicana?
No, it's karma.
What?
It's a thing called karma.
Dang. It's a thing called karma. Look it up.
I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's
Is it like Pedialyte?
probiotic.
Oh.
I don't know. It's like interesting because it has like powder at the top, and then you push it in and you shake it, and then it turns to the like color that it's supposed to be.
It's giving ramen.
I
Um,
love it. I love just the effect of doing that. So I go out of my way to go and find them and buy
what is it?
it.
Is it like in the baby aisle or something, or
Oh, it's not a regular drink. It's like a.
oh,
It says it's a wellness water.
it's water?
110% of 7 vitamins. Yeah, it's water. It's like there's a powder and then it's like water. And then you push the powder in and you shake it and it has like yeah. Yeah. It's fun. I saw it at work.
Oh,
I saw it at work and then I was like I have to find these for cheaper because this is so expensive at work.
wait, how much is it? Like IRL?
At work it was like 3.
Oh, okay.
At Walmart it's $2.
Dang, Walmart coming through again. I don't know how they can get
Yeah.
their prices so cheap. All right. So when it comes to Kotkan by one Jin Young Jr. the third, remove Esquire Venti. Y'all said that this song was a bop.
Because it is.
That's 4 for 4. 4 bops.
Wow.
Now these were just these all like pretty good songs, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll make a mad button. Like something maybe that's not as like his math seems negative. Maybe like bop, flop, meh,
Flabop.
That sounds like phlebotomy. Phlebop.
Because it is. I don't know. Why I feel like men's not bad. Men's just meh.
I mean, that seems like
Eh.
if you ask somebody, do you think I did a good job with this painting? And they're like, meh.
Eh.
Would you be like, oh, thank
Yeah.
you, thank God?
Eh.
Yeah.
Well.
So that's why there's meh and there's So there's meh. There's like meh.
Yeah.
Keep the beat going.
So it depends on how you say it. So it's like meh.
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 Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. The next
Meh.
NewJeans song.
Man, I'm in the middle. Man, you know, we ate some Skittles. Maybe okay. Even just the lowercase okay, it seems so shady.
Okay.
Like, okay.
Oh yeah, just put the person is going like
Okay. Okay, then have that sound bite. It sings the Code Lyoko theme song. There is a world that is virtual and different.
I really hate that. I literally went and found that website, that the company website for that whoever made Code Lyoko, and they had a jukebox thing where you could play the music, like the songs from the shows that they had. And I used to just sit there and play the Code Lyoko one like all the time. When it's like, I don't understand why I did that when I feel like YouTube existed.
That's
so
what
I was like, why was I sitting there? I used to go on Adult Swim and do the same thing.
But I feel
Adult
like
Swim used to have a jukebox for all of like the openings and endings, even for Inuyasha, even though they never showed the opening.
Well, I feel like that's like there's YouTube existing, and then there's like people understanding YouTube enough to where they knew that they could start uploading that stuff there, and then you knowing that you could find it there. You know, I feel like those are different times.
Because I was like on these people's websites, like, what was I doing? I was like, whoever created Code Lyoko, let me go on there and find this jukebox for no reason and then play it.
Make it
for 9 hours.
Go away.
He was singing his heart
out.
I was like, do it. Like, this whole entire song is good.
But yeah, so
good times.
I really wanted to do an open bar, but you know, time management.
I feel like the beginning was kind of an open
That's
bar.
true. Did we switch it up? Switch it up.
Kind of.
Switch it up. Switch it up.
Oh,
Switch it up.
What's going on?
Now you immediately being like, I want no part in this.
No, it's just I always feel like I'm like out of the loop for certain. Sometimes you do something and I'm like, is this something I also missed on TikTok again?
Just ignore me. Just look the other way anytime I start some bullshit.
I'm like, oh gosh.
Wait, do it too. Switch it up.
No. What is it? Just this?
Yeah, go switch it up. Switch it up. No, you look like you're mixing
Guys,
batter.
mixing.
Switch it up. You gotta put your shoulder into it.
Mixing butter
You
right now.
have to put your shoulder into
Mix it up. Mix it up. Mix it up.
Why?
Mix it up.
It's
I feel like an old. I feel like a mom, like a grandma. Mix it up.
You know this
Like,
dance?
to me, am I doing it right? Mix it up. Mix it up.
Oh God.
I don't understand.
Leanne says, I feel like one day Jay is gonna try to improv and Jazz will just end the Discord. You know, it's fair. That's very valid. Yeah. Andre says, is anyone watching any good anime? Do you know any?
It's called Code Lyoko.
Yeah, there's this new hot thing.
It's set in. Is it in France? Are they in France? Or is it just made by French people?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think they ever clarified where it is. I don't think that was ever. But I imagine, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
They were making evil go away.
They were making evil go away.
And they were like, let's restart. And click a button and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, and was it going back or something? What did he say?
Oh God, I
don't
know.
He used to be like, I was gonna say brain blast.
Imagine.
I'm like mixing up every show. Big head people all look the same, you know?
He's like Jimmy Neutron.
Neutron.
Let me borrow this one real quick.
The people from Code Lyoko. Big foreheads.
Yeah, I've been watching any anime. Lately, all my time has been spent binging Community. So, but I need to get back on the anime too.
Still good. No. Community is where you should stay. And then just rewatch it again.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm already on episode season 5, which is crazy.
I will say, that's not the last one, right? No, they did 6 seasons and not the movie.
Yeah.
Which is very
the movie's
annoying.
coming, question mark? Or are
they should.
Stan's just being delusional?
Minus Chevy Chase. Oh my gosh.
Chevy Chase? Minus Chevy Chase? Chevrolet?
Sashay. Chevy Chase, because he's racist.
Oh yeah, he's kind of
He's literally his character.
Yeah,
he's literally Pierce.
That's so disappointing to hear because it makes it hard to laugh at the stuff he says because he might have actually make it go away. he make it. No, just kidding.
Oh God.
Okay, so what are people watching? Everyone's saying they don't know. Hwasang says, I'm catching up on BNA, Boku no Hero Academia, and my controversial take is that it slaps. So there's that.
Oh, I was like, what the heck is BNHA? I was like, B no human android. I don't know. I was like trying to come up with random words that could be.
That is such a funny thing though, because I see that with the Shingeki no Kyojin too. Some people attack on. Attack on Anime.
I feel like my brain. I was like, am I supposed to know this?
Oh, Attack on Titan. Yeah, okay, yeah. And it's just funny, but yeah. Some people.
You scared me when you said that. I was like, is this new?
Oh,
who's that?
One thing. Oh, Buddy Daddies. Okay, so in Buddy Daddies, are they actually together, or are people just saying that?
Are they buddies?
Yeah, are they buddies or are they daddies?
That are daddies.
But are they daddies with each other? Because did you see Buddy Daddies?
I don't even know what the heck that is. It sounds very funny.
So Buddy Daddies is.
So what is it called that? Buddy Daddies. So wait, this looks like.
So you know Spy Family and how that was like really popular. That's how it was introduced to me. That it was two dads, like if Spy Family had two dads. But some people are saying that they're together and it's like a yaoi or a BL. Other people are saying no, they just co-parent or something. So I don't know what the tea is, but that was one of the ones that I was
randomly co-parent. That seems.
Well, I don't know what the thing is like. Oh, Fred. I don't even know. Maybe they're two agents. Is one of them named Fred? Daisy says they are buddies. I feel like they try to make that very clear.
This is like two men and a baby. Is that what that show is called?
Men?
What?
2.5
Men. No. There's like an old show called like two men and a baby. 3 men and a baby. Oh wow, that's even more complicated.
You didn't say it.
3 men and a baby. Yeah, Tom Selleck. It's a movie.
I know that name, but don't know who that is.
Tom Selleck. He's from. I can't remember. He's why suddenly. I don't know who Tom Selleck is. He's just a guy.
Tom Selleck is somewhere being like, Jasmine, please remember me.
He was Magnum PI.
Andre says, I caught up on My Hero and watching Digimon and Pretty Cure, waiting for the new Sailor Moon movie. I saw that.
Oh, Digimon.
Digimon.
Did they introduce Baimon yet?
Digimon? Who's that? I've never watched Digimon.
I did say Baimon. Baimon.
Oh, bye. They're like, and next up, YG's Baby Monsters. Digimon. They do that dance.
They should do a concert there. I feel like everybody's doing concerts in random places.
Yeah.
Like NCT whatever is doing something at like Roblox.
In the meta. Yeah. Oh my gosh. For some reason, Roblox
so
and
confused.
Fortnite concerts are just, I don't know why. Weird.
I think Pokemon did one too at one point. Don't know how.
I feel like this is a sign that I should bring back some type of anime stream.
So we're gonna watch the two buddies. I don't know. Buddy Daddies.
Should we watch Daddy Buddies? Is it good?
Huh?
Okay. For people who actually have seen Daddy Buddies, is it actually good? Are we just shipping
Buddy
them?
Daddies, Daddy Buddies.
Well, Buddy Daddies.
Has a 7.7 on my anime list.
Ooh.
Oh, it just came out though. What is it, like 2 episodes?
Ooh, that would be perfect. Buddy Daddy. I don't remember what it looks like. You know what I thought would get more attention? Millionaire Detective.
Ooh.
It was an anime that came out maybe 2 years ago, but it's so well drawn, and the guys in it are like very attractively drawn. So I thought people
Millionaire
would
Detective Balance.
Yeah.
Unlimited.
The concept is
that is
like,
too many words.
Yeah, I was like, I just say
that's why
Millionaire Detective. The concept was kind of like I liked some of the episodes, but sometimes I would be confused, and I don't know why.
This looks like my kind of show. 12-year-old Jasmine would have watched the mess out of this just for the animation and the style.
Yeah, I was like, where are the Simps?
They grew up and have jobs.
You can still simp and have a job. You know, don't let that ruin your dreams. Don't let corporate America ruin your dreams. Okay.
Don't what?
Don't let corporate America ruin your dreams. Okay, guys?
It already has.
Not you immediately folding. You're like, oh no.
It's been too many years.
Too many years in corporate America.
Get out while you can.
All right, y'all. I don't know why. I feel like at Daisy, when we used to have Anime Club, Millionaire Detective, I feel like we tried to vote that in a couple times before we just had to let her go because people weren't.
You should have watched this Steins Gate.
Oh my gosh. I tried to watch Steins Gate, but the first couple episodes I was
seeing, you're thinking too much.
It wasn't doing it for me. Sorry, Jasmine.
Wow. And that's the problem. The whole thing is what is going on? You need to watch Steins Gate. Just get through it, and then you'll realize there's like a lot of everything just connects, and it's so good.
Do I need to
watch? Like time travel.
Yeah, I was gonna
time travel. It's really good.
I do like a time travel plot, and I remember that being one of the reasons why I was like, I need to stick by this to get to the meat and potatoes of the actual time travel plot. But I was just like, just kidding. It wasn't that bad. I just kind of like following it, and the main character wasn't that charming. So I was like, I don't know. You're no Hirotaka, so why would I watch this?
Who's Hirotaka?
He's from Watakoi. It's about two nerds who are otakus who, were friends when they were growing up. And
not charming. This man looks basic. What is this?
Do not talk about Hirotaka sound like this.
Look at him. Well, you can't look at him. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him.
You may think you see an otaku. But yeah. All of these Leanne says all of these intriguing animes we could have watched, and we ended up watching School Days. Excuse me?
Bless your souls.
School Days is one of these.
She made me do it too. I know how it feels. It hurts. I still have nightmares every now and then. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's his name? Oh my gosh, I was
your king?
For the first time. What?
Your king Makoto?
No, why'd you bring it back? I'm getting war flashbacks. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Like so much of that show was wrong. God. And when I say so much, I mean all of it was wrong. The fact that they thought he was good looking. He literally was nobody. We watched him exist in the beginning of the show, and then somehow everybody was like, "Hey, Makoto, I gotta date him, and then he has to be my whole entire life." Hold on.
It was weird. When young Miss, not Sekai's tiny friend was just like, I guess I need to sleep with you. No, the one was like when that girl with the pigtails. She just slept with him for no reason. Like 3 of the friends went over and slept with him, and then she went back and slept with him. She was like, "You need to treat that guy better, girl. If you don't get him out this bed, what do you mean?"
I was like, you have no moral like compass in this either. All of you are crazy.
We need to do a
and you're in
revisit.
school.
We need to do a
How was the
rewatch.
school days? Like as a kid, I remember that show coming out and people saying it's good, but I remember looking at the art and being like, it looks basic. Like, what is that? And so I never looked at it. And now I'm glad that I didn't look at it when I was younger, because I probably would have been so angry as a child. So angry.
Honestly,
never satisfied.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if I first watched it when I was a child, but that I just remember being like, this is so toxic. I need to show someone this. And I did. So mission accomplished. But yeah, the only person, honestly, all of them can go. The only person who deserves better is Katsura, because literally, Miss Mama had a mental breakdown just mid.
Is that the girl
with the long hair who was dating him first?
No, she can go too. They can all go.
No,
she can go.
She was a victim.
Because what is she doing? What is she doing? This man, this basic looking man, and she is all over him. But she should have known. I'm so sorry.
No, because
all of them should have known.
I'm gonna die on this hill. Katsura was gaslighted, gatekeeped, greenwashed, and gargled. I don't even know what the last one is, but like she was little. Okay, so tell me this isn't insane. So, Exhibit A, Makoto likes Katsura. Sekai's like, all right, I'm finna give you some help, and I'm gonna hook you 2 up. Okay, so Katsura, she doesn't know. She's like, okay, this guy is trying to like be with me. He's clearly very horny, which makes me uncomfortable, and I just want to take it slow. But you know, he's laying all this affection on me or whatever. So let me just go with it. She was a baby, so it was probably like our first relationship. Then Sekai was like, wait a second, never mind. I want him for myself. So now let me sleep with him behind your back, even though I made such an effort for like when you guys had relationship problems to try to set you guys straight, only for me to turn around and then date you. And then go along with Makoto and all my friends when they just decide you're not dating him anymore and I'm the one dating him. So I'm going to treat you like crap and treat you like trash and let them treat you like trash, even though I know that technically I stole him from you or whatever. And so not only did she have Makoto, who, what is it called? Love bombed her. I'm sorry to the psychology girls. I know I'm misusing that. You know, DM me about it later. But he was like all into her until it got a little hard. And then all of a sudden, he just turned his back to her. And he did that with the aid of the person who went out of her way to tell Katsura, you should date this man. She's a victim. My girl's a victim.
But is she the one that at the end did some stuff?
Yeah.
Because no, so all trash. I'm so sorry. All that cool trash that happened to her, but like, what the heck? The whole entire show included people that I would not mind never seeing again. Ever.
We're doing a rewatch, so that's gonna be kind of hard.
When I come to your house, you already rewatched it.
When I come to your house with the box set DVD.
And I'm going to burn it.
No, that's $473 on Amazon.
Oh, so where are we watching this DVD? With what DVD player are you going with the DVD?
We're putting in your PlayStation and we're watching on that TV behind you.
Oh gosh. No, it doesn't work. I got the one without the CD drive.
We'll install the CD drive.
It's a lot of work for just watching School Days that we can just watch on the internet.
It's not the same. We needed $400 box set DVD with Blu-ray and commentary. I'm sorry. So we're watching it. Also, Andy, for you guys don't know who Hirataka is, Andy has Hirataka as a PFP. What is that profile pic? Yeah.
I see profile pictures.
You can't see him?
I don't see anything.
You should be able to see it in the chat.
Oh, here, now I see it. Oh, that's him.
Yeah. The thing is, I
Ah.
think, okay, this is gonna get a little TMI, but like he kind of looks like a guy I had a crush on before, so I think that also makes me like him.
That? Sorry, him?
No, not hair like that, but very. I don't know. We'll talk about this later.
He reminds me of what's his name? Kakashi?
From Naruto?
My God. Yeah. Like they both have like a sleepy
I was like,
look.
I'm not sure.
Not the hair or anything, but the eyes.
Oh yeah, I see that. LOL, the PTSD. And listen, Leanne,
See?
I'm still working on paying for the group therapy session. All right, I'm counting my dividends.
Did you even start it? Because I feel like you bring it back up and then you're like, we're gonna watch it again. I don't think that's what group therapy is, you
We
know?
have to admit it happened before we,
No,
begin
I
doing
admit it. And I want it to never happen again.
it.
We should just work together to delete like every
Listen, guys.
like anywhere that
Listen
they have
to
it.
the song here in my heart. Okay, so all right. I'm so sad. All right. What do I usually? Oh, you don't gotta go home, but you gotta get the heck out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining us at the Sleepy Idol. Once again, a little bar on 13th and Crenshaw where you can sit back, relax, and talk K-pop with your friends. Last call. Last call. For those of you who want to drink, get your last drink before the bar closes. All right? Jazz, as people file out, board their trains, call their $100 Ubers back to their apartments, do you have anything you want to say to the people?
Um, I guess since I was given like songs that I've been listening to, one last song that I like is by Triple S, which apparently they just like are added another person or released a list of another or they released another member that's going to be in the final group because it's supposed to be like 24 people or something. And she's like 15.
Oh,
Or no, I don't even know. I don't think they know her age. I think she just looks young and she's supposed to be the youngest. And so they know that the current youngest is like 15, so they're scared that she's going to be like a baby. But there's a song by them or their subunit called Generation, and it's really good. It's really nice. Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you tell me
So
about that? Because that sounds
yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, the Stream Generation. Do I have anything? Once again, guys, if you like the video, make sure to give the little video a like on your way out. And thank you guys so much for joining us at the Sleepy Idol. It's always a fun time to hang out with everyone, and I'm excited to see you guys back here next week. So until then, that's it for the Sleepy
Sorry. Okay.
Idol. So want your body, boy. I'm gonna play this again just so I get some use out of it because it took me a long time. But see you guys.
Yeah.
Baby, oh my God, yes, I'm that. I was really hoping that he will come through. Oh my God, tell my funny, yeah, asking all the time about what I should do. Baby.
Oh my